Get it in close.
Actually, do it. Snap your nose in it.
His name was Wilson, wasn't it? On Tool the Tim and the Tailor. Tim
The next door neighbour.
Yeah, it was Wilson, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Doing these
Yeah.
ones. Wilson, podcast.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Here we go, people. My next podcast. Paul Rudd, Matt Luke, Jarad Simpson. Give it up, boys. Welcome to the show. Yeah, there you go. To all the fans out there, you can see them all.
Beautiful crowd.
They love you. They
Fucking
love you.
hot girls out there tonight. We're getting lucky boys. Yeah.
All right, we're here. Jokes are over now. Let's get serious. I'll take my glasses off again. First question I ask everybody. Paul, you're last. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be and why? Start with you, Jarad.
Oh, through. Yeah. I'm 5 animals.
Okay.
I didn't train.
I'm right with that.
So my teacher was supposed to give me an animal. He still hasn't decided. So I'm a few animals.
Okay. What would those few be?
Old Shaolin 5 animal kung fu. So tiger, snake, crane. I'm going to say phoenix just for something different. Yeah, and dragon.
Not panda.
Nah.
And why?
Because I dedicated a lot of my life to that. Yeah, it's you kind of you learn these different forms in this system, and you know,
And we're
doesn't
talking
matter which.
martial arts.
Yeah, like Shaolin Kung Fu. Yeah, did that when I was younger, and practiced it a lot when I was younger, and then haven't done it since I tore my shoulders, so a bit out of practice. But there's 5 animals generally. Then there's a couple other ones, but some of them are spiritual and some of them are hard. So it's kind of like a soft, hard thing where it's internal or external. I couldn't pick one animal because I don't really think about it more than that.
Yeah.
But you know, there's plenty of other animals in there. If I chose my own, I'd have a different opinion to my teacher. So,
What would your own be then?
snake.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to choose one, I like the movements. Yeah. It's not that useful for street fighting or anything like that.
It's very fluent.
Yeah.
Very
No,
fluent.
that's a bloody brilliant answer.
I've always said I feel sorry for snakes because it's like, you know, when they're trying to cross the road, they've crossed the road, but they've still got so long to go for it.
And do they know how far the road is?
They don't have any legs.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Matt, if you could be an animal, just bring that mic a little bit or something, see how we go, yeah?
Yep,
If you could be an animal, what would you be and why?
So when you said that question, I was sort of like, well, okay, what would I be? But it would have to be some kind of bird. I think I don't know, I can get mesmerised watching a bird in a tree, and the fact that, I don't know, when they're born, they don't have much of a lead up to their first flight. They're just like, boom, they got to be in there. So, I don't know, I try to do that with my own life a little bit, and it causes me a lot of problems.
If you could narrow it down to a type of bird, would you narrow it down a little bit further?
Eagle.
It's not a quiz.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I forgot
You know what? I had chickens for a while there, and I did. I really
I love
enjoyed.
chickens.
I love
Like a white
They're
chicken
like
covered in
they're-
How
mud.
tasty they are.
Oh,
Is that what you...
Well, I had 3 roosters, and there was 7 hens, and like there was 2 black ones, and they'd pick on the white one. So
That's racist.
you know, normally you try to sort that problem out, but in that situation, I had to remove the white one. So and the other 2 were just friends then. So
I like chickens.
I
love
like
chickens.
Same.
They're like
their model of how they
dinosaurs.
lived in their little group.
With
So
cheese and the
I'm gonna say along that line of
Yeah.
like a rooster.
Magic. Mr. Rudd, what would you be?
I did
Yeah.
the whale shark, but
Yeah,
if it was another tangent, I'd go back to land, and I'd be a worker. I'd be the bee because that's black faggot. And bees, man, they keep the world turning.
Bees.
I've turned it
Yeah,
down.
Is
you
it an
fucking
animal?
failed there. Bees are important to the world.
They are.
They're
No.
very important.
They're
Be a worker.
like one of the most
Be a
important things
They
on
are.
the planet
Yeah, they are.
for
Yeah.
food, yeah.
They're very special little creatures. They are.
Plus, South Australian honey's pretty good.
Oh, remember the honey we found at the trees when Chucky blew up the landing? And we were eating the fucking honeycomb and shit? Oh, were you there that day? So we had bees flying out of the landing, and it was getting kind of dangerous. So Chucky made a bomb, and Chucky? Yeah.
just incriminating.
Do you remember that? It was delicious, dude. I'm eating the honeycomb and everything, bro. I'm like buzzing for an hour, like bouncing off walls and shit.
Literally. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
I love sugar.
Chuck's known to be partial to an explosion or two.
How do you boys know each other? Let's start there.
Grinder.
Like, how old were you? And how did you guys meet? Jared, let's start.
Yeah, City Dirt. The Parklands track wasn't much when I arrived, and there were people riding it, and we just kind of built a few things here and there, but
What did the track look like when, and how old were you when
it
that was?
looked like it was 20 years old.
From
Yeah.
1960.
Nah, it looked like it had been left over from the 80s, and there was heaps of this stuff around. Like there was like ancient structures all over the place because I come from down south. There was stuff there, so there must have been like a fair mid to late 80s BMX kind of following, I guess. And
Well, the race scene you're talking about?
yeah, but like guys who maybe moved away from racing and still kept, like, they got into jumping. Like, there were some big jumps when I got into it, but they were like rained out and washed away, and the skeletons were there. You could imagine what they would have been like. City Dirt was like that, so it wasn't exactly a racetrack. It was kind of.
It suited all.
They tried to build a racetrack at some point.
It was just one loop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It
was
pretty
pretty
much.
That's
Like a
how
long
I
loop.
remember it.
It was like a fork.
Late 90s.
So it went up and down and then all the way around the back.
No, it was more like the letter B.
Well,
Yeah, it had like a
that's-
back straight,
yeah.
and then
There's some zigzaggy
Some
bits in the
berms
middle.
to a
yeah,
tabletop under
and
the
then
pond.
I got the council to come down and build it up a bit, and then the Life Be In It crew came in a while later and
What
had
crew?
it knocked down, and they had something put in place, and they called it come and try Bumps and Lumps Day, and they just bulldozed everything that we put in
Talk about
place.
cocaine for
And then
us.
we got it built up
Bumps and
again, and that's where it sat for years later. But that was all racetrack focused. But before the first build up, that's when I met Paul, and he was on a mountain bike because he loves mountain bikes.
Good on you,
And,
Paul.
Keep close to me, right? Stay close to me. Stay close to me.
Yeah, and it had answer stickers on it, and he was chucking it around. Like, he was doing big whips and stuff, and
Full dirt bike style ones.
yeah, I don't know. We already had a little crew of like people getting into freestyle. So like coming into the early 90s to mid 90s, it was BMX has just starting to start again in the world. It like clearly was a dead zone between the late 80s and early 90s where
It was dead. It was
there'd have been less than 50 people in America riding. There was probably more, but like serious riders, there weren't a lot.
What form of BMX are you speaking about?
Like anything from dirt. So like trail riding had started already for sure, like early 90s, like actual dirt
like
trails.
sheep hills
Yeah,
had been around
yeah,
for a long
yeah.
like early
So
90s.
that
How
was
did
like,
you know about that stuff? How did you find out?
Magazines and videos.
yeah, but it was hard to get in the beginning.
Yeah, like-
but BMX Plus was available, and then eventually Ride came along, and then
Dirt.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, we were able to, like I got into BMX Plus, and I was like, wow, there's people in America doing this stuff. I was already starting to build my own jumps and stuff. I just got into it. Like I got an old bike off a mate, the ex-racer.
That was your boss, wasn't it?
Nah, before that, it was a red line, and nice creamy thing, heaps light. Yeah, short as hell, pretty lanky. So yeah, terrible.
Can you remember your TT on the boss?
Yeah, tore that thing in half.
Was it 21 or 20?
Don't know. It
You didn't take long to kill that thing after.
yeah, I
I
snapped it. So yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
stay on what sort of bike you started with. Keep
Yeah,
keep
the
going
red
with
line.
that.
So my mate then rocked up on a Boss, like a Boss USA. That's it. It wasn't a model. It was just it. That's all they made. And had a cool sticker. It was black with a mad sticker kit. It was a really cool looking sticker kit. I still like it to this day. And I managed to talk that out of him, and then no sooner I got it out of him, and Fuzzy Hole was on the front cover of BMX Plus doing a 1 foot turn down on it.
Yeah, right. Sick.
And yeah, Benno's never forgiven me to this day for talking him out of that bike. Yeah, he's like, his heart dropped. He didn't tell me till years later. He was like devastated that he sold it to me.
It was very light. I remember when I think you still had your 36 motor or something and shit.
I didn't treat like he didn't when he had it. He wouldn't even come ride my jumps because he'd get mud on it. And then there's me just trashing it, man. Like breaking parts and doing whatever. Everything was 1 inch back then. So this is pre 101A.
Tubes.
Yeah, 1 inch head tubes, yeah. And like the
threaded steering
the
tubes.
best stems you could get were like maybe the GT block, which is like a block of billet aluminium, and it's got the like a wedge built into the steer tube, and that goes into the 1 inch tube, and then there was like a wedge at the bottom of it, and you do up a bolt. It's literally the only thing that wouldn't break that you could get on the market. There were a few others that were okay-ish, but that was it. And then slowly stuff started to get beefed up as this sport started to take off. Like in the beginning, after I met Paul, he didn't have a BMX. At some point he had to trade in the mountain bike on a BMX.
Yeah, I told the story. I think we went to JT's.
Yeah, he went to JT's and he's like just looking at Paul like, I'll give you a BMX, but like, why would you? And just didn't get it. He destroyed it, and in less than 2 weeks, it broke every single part on it. Everything. The wheels, the forks, the frame, the cranks, the handlebars.
Frank Smith.
Every single thing.
We went to Frank Smith. That's where I told him.
What did you get? What did you...
It was a Super Goose. So it was like a 96 alloy thing, and it had the cable that ran through the top tube. So it was like, all tech for the day.
It looked cool.
It did look cool, but the hubs all pear-shaped out. Like, even before then, me and Jad used to chant, before sealed, every day after riding, we'd go back home and we'd clean all our bearings, like...
Oh, yeah, because bearings went sealed.
That's what it was like, dude.
Ball bearings.
Ball bearing for the headset.
Yeah.
Wheels, cranks, everything.
Cranks, yeah.
We clean it, strip all our bike, clean it, and make gut. And
because it get full of dirt.
Yeah.
They had like a metal cover.
A metal race.
I was still doing that.
30 little mini ball bearings.
Yeah, the cups. You know what it was like.
Yeah.
But we used to do it.
And if you let dirt get in those cups, you couldn't replace the cups.
Very
So
crispy.
they just shatter. Yeah. They just get cracks, and then the cracks would just break, and then that's new wheels time. And
So
it was
how did that problem stick with the bearings? Stick with that particular part of the bike. How did that fail, and how did it change that you saw?
Well, we used to use hose clamps. So the bottom cup would just turn to butter and start cracking. So we found the old hose clamp theory, and that worked for a lot of, like, you'd see heaps of people.
Like the metal ratchet.
you had to do your cones up as well.
Yeah,
you had to have flat spanners to, like, because you had a cone, and then you had a really small, probably, I'm going to say 2 mil bolt, and that had to be done up against the cone, and you get it all back together, and your cones would be a little bit loose. Damn, I've got to pull it apart. I've got to undo the lock washer, the lock bolt, do up the cone a little bit more, then do up the cone, basically undoing it anti-clockwise up against the lock bolt, and then you do that 5 times to get it right, and then there'd just be enough pressure for the wheel to spin but not move, because if it moved, it was 3/8 axles.
Tiny.
Yeah, so they just bend.
Tiny boys.
They just bend, and they bend a lot. We broke a lot of those.
And then you'd put the hose clamp on the bottom cup, and then the steer tube would start warping because there's nothing left to flex, and you'd see all the stress, the metal stretching in the steer tube. So that's when me and Jad started bashing broom handles down the steer tube, and then we'd go through a pair of redline forks every 2 weeks, go see Maddie at little LBB.
Yeah.
Whoop. And
then even like shitty brands like Talker came out with forks that were okay.
Yeah,
it'd be like $50, and we'd just buy a pair every week or every fortnight. You'd push it to get through a fortnight. Really.
Seno life, mate.
Where were you buying your bits from, Matt? Where were you buying your stuff?
I was a little bit JT Cycles, and then Megabike. I bought a frame from Megabike, I think. Another joint called Plimpton Cycles. I think I got some stuff from there, but on that subject before, when you said about the hubs and trying to keep those bearings working, I don't know if Paul remembers this, but so this is jumping from that time to like this would be early 2000s at Cityscape, and I'd got to know Paul basically from there, riding like he was fucking just charging the park so hard, and I was like, man, that dude's got to try and pick up some of those skills, so to speak. And anyway, I got to know him, and one day I filled up this water balloon, like a full-size balloon.
I remember this story.
At the drinking thing. So I filled it up with water, and I walked up to North Terrace, and Paul's sitting, like there was a hip, and then there was like this grind ledge on top of this hip that he used to fucking just pound. But he's just sitting there, and I've just dropped this water bomb. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna just get Paul. So I've dropped this water bomb. I've dropped this full balloon.
I had my phone in my hand,
and it's gone like around his head, right?
I had my phone in my hand.
And he had this brand new phone. LG had just come out with this phone that had no SIM card. It was brand new. Like, it was this new technology, no SIM card. And a mini disc player in his pocket that I didn't know. And it's destroyed it. And my bike's over near the drink thing where I've left it to walk and drop this water bomb. And he's just gone straight to my bike. I had these brand new rims I'd put on it. With, like, they were Shimano DX hubs. And, like, you know, it was... At my age, the wheels cost me like, it was like $400 or something. It was big bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. And he's just got my bike, and he's gone up to the top of North Terrace, and he's just thrown my bike to the flat and just destroyed these rims. And it was just a learning lesson for me. It was like,
you're lucky to
you know, you
put a
fucking
few in the train yards back then, like on the tracks.
So there I go home. I'm gonna go home. I got the spanner out, and I straightened these wheels up good enough, so I kept riding.
Yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been a little buckle. That would have turned
it would have been fun.
Yeah, nice.
Is that your first memory of Matt, Paul?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah?
He fucking pissed me off, bro. I'm like sitting there like, oh, my brand new phone, this is awesome. Like someone just poured a bucket on me, and I'm like, what the hell?
And you really didn't even know him. You maybe seen him scooting around
we'd probably
or something.
just banter at the park and whatnot. But he felt comfortable enough to be like, oh, there's Rudsy, I'm going to put a shitload of water on him. But I probably was having a shit day or just hadn't eaten that day.
If they're coming to you, you've got to knock the biggest guy, and you maybe thought that was Paul.
We became very good friends.
It could have been the stuff that went on.
That's a great sense of humour. I could imagine that you'd go, after you got pissed off, you go,
yeah, it was
pretty rad.
I thought it was nights at that skate park. Like, I don't know what was going on, but for a while we were getting invaded by like these. Like, I'm not racist, but it was like Lebanese or something.
Gangs, man.
Gangs coming in. Like, and I was younger, and these guys were fucking fronting them and pushing them out. Like, they were.
There was a couple of nights we had the whole skate park
Explain the scenario and the situation there. There you go. What you're talking about.
So Friday nights was a massive thing for the Adelaide skate park. So
the city skate park.
Yeah, city
which
skate park.
Used to be where?
North Terrace. Where
so Morfett Street Bridge.
The original, the first one by the bridge there.
Yeah, so this is early 2000s.
I saw someone take out a red light pole there, but that's a different story. Anyway, so imagine Friday nights, there's lots of people drinking in the city, you know, and there's a bit of that top rail there's always filled with people watching, and there's a bit of banter. So many times I've watched people rock in drunk as they go, give us a shot in your bike. And you just watch them just get axed. Like actual axed. And like, yeah, you'll be sweet, man. Like, you'll be good. And we're like this, like, But yeah, you know, and there'd be times where proper crews of people that were actually looking for some fucking trouble.
Yeah, rocking up with chains and all sorts.
And there's a couple of times I've seen, like, the whole... I'm talking skaters, family and kids coming in with bats and fucking chain... No, not family and kids, but you know what I mean? Like, just... they would turn on a man. Like, it was a good
fought an angry dad that
there.
tried to bash a whole bunch of you one night. He was going off because his kid was... He was having a bad day, and he's, like, you know, got his kid for the weekend, and he's just gone nuts.
I've seen everything from the highs to the lows in that skate. The amount of shit that went down in that skate park, man, was hectic.
Do you remember Curtis' dad rocking up there? Yeah, at the time, I didn't really know Curtis that well, but I remember his dad rocking up there, and he had a club sport or something. He pulled up on the gutter, opened the car up, and it was full of, like, it was fast food, but he was feeding the whole skate park.
Yeah,
like, no
that's
joke.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
It was like, everyone just was like, you know, I didn't know that.
Trying to break down a few barriers, maybe.
Yeah, Lance, just go over there and grab something to eat.
Yeah, Lance is sick.
You know, he was putting in, definitely.
Yeah, we met we met Curtis not long after we met.
It was that teacher gully comp.
No, before that. City Dirt.
I've got vivid memories of it, dude.
Oh, then I met him before.
I've got
you.
footage of me some little tiger fur
Yeah,
shorts.
6 years old.
He was like this tall.
Yeah.
Lance was holding
He
his
just
hand.
walked up and just
and
like
his-
started
His
talking
head
to
was
us.
barely above his waist.
Yeah.
And he's
Little
holding
blonde-haired kid.
and
he had
Lance,
skills.
Lance came up to me. That was at the teacher go. We were dropping off at the start mound.
Yep.
BMX.
Yeah, so I'd already met him by then.
Oh,
I thought you'd already met him.
no, we're heaps better friends than you. Doesn't matter, mate.
It's not a competition.
Yeah, it is, that's right. So, he's come up to me and goes, "Oh, hey, Paul, my son Cody wants to meet you," and he's full squeaker, like, "Man, fucking hell, man, fuck yeah!"
He used to
He's
swear like.
and
Have the fluffy shorts on.
and yeah, and that's. I think Lance drove the Corvette, the convertible Corvette, that day.
And impressed everybody.
And you didn't have to, but.
He's got a
Cody's
good
like,
car
"Oh,
collection.
can Paul come back for dinner?" And Lance's like, "Do you want to come back for dinner?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, like, let's do it." And we got in the Corvette. He's hanging hoops at Teacher Gully BMX track, that cul-de-sac there. He's like, do. And I'm on the back seat of my bike like this is the best ever. And we went back to his crib and had
Fun
and then
day.
we've just been very close ever since, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to take us out to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he said,
back then.
he
Was into it.
very close to
He
the
tried
family.
riding for a bit.
Those early days at the skate park, was that your skate park riders? Is that what your form of BMX is? Or
So BMX had changed by that stage.
We were all dirt riders. I don't know
there's a
about
big
Matty.
gap from what
Yeah,
we were
well-
talking about before to the park.
The first time I ever saw, and I'm pretty sure you both rode there, but I definitely know Paul did, was Skate 98.
Yeah.
And I remember you were jumping over your van.
Guess.
Yeah, that was and I'd gone there, and I wasn't fresh to BMX. I raced at Hallett Cove when I was in '92, and I was always into bikes, and mainly because of transport, like
Yeah.
big wheels. You could get places. Skateboards, you like, man, you're falling over on a little rock. So that's why I chose
Pebble.
BMXs.
Yeah.
Careful, did you
A
say?
pebble.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I was the same. I
it
chose
was.
you
like-
could do it everywhere.
And then,
Yeah.
it went from that, and that was racing Hallett Cove and Happy Valley racetracks. And then I just sort of used it for transport to get to school. And then that Skate 98 thing came up, and I'm like, I'm going to go to this thing and see what goes on there. Like, and I had no idea. And then I'm like, man, these guys are jumping over a van. Like, I was blown away. Like, really,
we
I
had-
would have been 12 or 13.
We had Steve, me and Paul living together, and we had Stevie come down from Victoria for the first.
Oh, he
Well,
stayed
wasn't-
with us,
wasn't-
didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't the first time
Yeah.
he came over, but I think that was the first time he met all you guys, possibly. But yeah,
Yeah, he was a big part of the South Australian. He had a great relationship with a lot of us guys.
Yeah, he went on to good things.
He did, definitely. Yeah.
I haven't
still-
caught up with him for years, but I'm not on the social medias, so
Yeah.
He's still hanging out with Travis now and again and doing his thing, but he's still.
yeah. And all
But
the,
so from Skate 98,
all
did
the
you
Melbourne
compete
guys.
in that?
No, I didn't. No, for me, I went and watched that, and I was just like, this is like full freestyle BMX. Like, I'd seen racing, and I'd do jumps on gutters and not building any jumps, and
Proper freestyle.
yeah, just saw this. Like, this is a car park. It's like a bitumen car park. These guys have turned into this
We
show.
got two doubles, and you had to pull the fence down and bunny hop a curb onto the gutter and
I remember the
pedal in.
between the fence that we
Yeah.
took a panel out of the fence to fucking get
The
in
run up
there.
wasn't long enough, so you had to pedal in from the
Yeah,
road.
and it was sketchy, but we made it work. It was all right.
Ladies from the Bowls Club were.
That footage,
Checking it out,
I don't know what video that's on, but you see the girls, and I start pedaling, and they're like, oh.
Because it was the Marion Bowls Club car park. That's where
Yeah.
the Marion Council held that
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
event on. They had
Like a little-
skating, some DJs, some BMX.
It's like a little mini festival. To
Yeah.
be honest. It was
That was
it was cool, man.
good fun.
It was very good.
But just
I
the other
was,
week, I was at the I was at the museum in the city, and they had all the old posters of things that have gone through South Australia, and I saw the Skate 98 one in the museum,
shit,
and it's
yeah.
got Volatile
What?
Visions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
Poster in the
Volatile
museum.
Visions.
No
Look at
way.
that.
Yeah, Volatile
shit.
Visions.
That
That was
emblem on the
Dominic
bottom of it.
Fitzsimmons.
How long
Shout
ago
out
was that?
Dominic. He was the council member that made a lot of that stuff happen. Dominic Fitzsimmons.
Was that Dom that
Brilliant
we
man.
do you reckon that would have been Dom that we knew?
Nah.
Do you reckon- is that
Don't know
Most
what
of the
happened to
museum,
Dom.
though. I'm
is it
pretty
still in the
happy with
museum? You reckon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in
Go and check it out,
Adelaide.
people.
Oh, that's a good photo opportunity for
There you go.
Yeah,
for
North
Volatile.
Terrace.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Dom was
Very special.
Dom was the first person to do a backflip on dirt.
Who are we talking about here?
Oh, so
Going way
when
back.
just after me and Jarad I've been kicked out of home for the weed and that Jarad gave me, and it's all Jarad's fault because I was such a fucking angel before I met him. But anyway,
That's another podcast, people. Check out Paul's other podcast, but this is this one.
and so like, and then me and Jarad riding every day, you know, and Jarad knew Dom, and he was doing like. Not flat spin 360s, but he'd do these table like 360 things that kind of looked like an underflip. They were like super off axis, and I was just blowing blows as soon as I seen it. I was like, oh, like what? Like
Yeah, and
Dom
he was riding a Grump, locally produced bike.
alloy as well.
No, I don't know.
Grump, I remember
it
that
was
name.
Still,
Yeah.
I can't recall.
Yeah.
Grump, they were sick. They were like some crazy.
Pretty. They
looking
look
things,
cool,
like,
but they were weak as piss.
They were weak as piss, but
Yeah.
man, they look good. Yeah.
They did look very good.
SA made.
But yeah, he had
Rare.
full
Rare
trail
as.
steez. Like he made stuff.
And this is
so
a
good.
joint mate of yours, yeah? Jarad and Paul, you knew?
Yeah,
He was riding before I started riding.
Well, you were 2
He
years
was
in
already
front of me,
at
bro.
City Dirt,
I was
yeah.
green I was just some country kid on a mountain bike.
He
Yeah.
years ago, like
You
I
were-
was learning tail whips. They were taking a while to learn, and then he's like, "I didn't want to tell you, but we learned how to do backflips on a weekend, me and Jesse." And I was like,
Oh, so you're
What?
keeping stuff from me.
he was
I
like,
see how it
"Yeah, we didn't want to tell you, but
Yeah.
he started padding up."
Yeah. You got to look out for the competition,
And he
eh?
just sent it. Like,
Yeah.
to his credit, he just went and did it off a berm.
Where did you learn a tail whip, though? How did you
Dirt.
find...
On
Okay.
dirt, on hard packed dirt, just jumping.
This is good to hear.
Yeah.
This is
How? And
different
how did
to-
it go?
Yeah.
Painful. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I
And
like
dedication.
I
A lot
like
of
that
it.
kind of pain. I
Who-
like the physical stuff. Yeah.
Where had you... what year are we talking when you started trying tail
I
whips?
don't reckon I'd seen anyone doing them.
So where did you get the idea in your head that you could do it?
Would have been videos, bro.
It just I don't
No, there's no video.
No,
What?
No, because there was cheese. He had cheese and rider.
Props
got
was
that
still
later.
later. No, that
Yeah.
was later.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, just natural progression.
You thought,
Yeah.
maybe I'll try and kick the bike around
Yeah.
and make it do that.
Like I was already doing cans, and then I saw BMX Plus and people doing it, and then they're like, the name can. I was like, I'm already doing those. Then I'll do no footer ones, and I was like, oh, okay. These are already things. Yeah, never saw anyone do it. It's just naturally happening. You're in the air for long enough to do
The
something.
first time
You
I've
like-
seen you, bro, I jizzed my pants. It was amazing. It was one of the most special moments
So you
in my
found
life.
challenging yourself. You were by yourself learning this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
largely in the beginning.
You
And
had a
then-
thought in your head. You've
was awesome,
woken up
man.
in the morning and you go, I'm
That's
going to try and do
full on,
this.
Yeah, I started building some. Like, there was a big mound of dirt. I lived down in Old Dingo at the time. There was a big mound of dirt, and I just started building stuff. Like, because it was a funny shape, so you could even use it as drop-in. And so I started building flyouts, and then the flyouts turned into step-ups, and then into hips and doubles, and yeah, then
How
center
old are you?
stuff. Gosh,
74.
He is not.
I was pretty old.
Oh, I think you meant,
I must have been like 16.
well, you're too young. You're a year or
17?
two older
I
than
didn't
me.
start till 21. So.
Yeah, maybe 16, something like that. So most people I knew already they'd been racing all their lives. So I had a lot of catch up to do. So the tricks were just some fun spin off. Learning how to ride was what I was, because everyone around me could point and shoot. Like
And do
there
a
was,
jump.
if there was something on a racetrack, they'd clear it. And it was like they had control, and I wanted that too. I wanted to the control was the important part, and that was the bit like
And the balls too.
yeah. If
The
there's
discipline, isn't it?
if you want to be the fastest person around a track, and there's something on there, and jumping is the fastest route, you got to do it, or you're not competitive. And some things you go to a racetrack and you don't see anyone else. There's no one there, so you just got to push yourself to do it and hope that you can do it. That you can get the speed to do it, and generally they're set up so you can. And then you're doing it on some bike with a 1-inch headset with non-sealed bearings and
Kiss those fortnightly checks.
one
goodbye.
case. They snap
One
in
piece
half.
crank.
You're one
Oh,
step
piece
away
crank.
from having those
Yeah,
pedal
every
back
fortnight.
brakes.
There were 2 3-piece cranks that I knew of back then, Redline and Profiles.
Profiles.
And they were
yes.
both pretty similar except for the spline, how they're
That-
attached.
Yeah.
But they were both
small
square.
teeth, big teeth. So.
Yeah, he had some original Profiles, the square ones, and he stripped them. Like they both ended up.
I was putting
facing-
I
Coke
love
can.
profiles, yeah.
I was putting
Put a few of
Coke
them
The
on
can.
my
square
bikes.
ones were sick. Yeah.
Like you feel it wear, and I was like, put a Coke can over
Shin.
and I'd be hammering the arm.
they were
onto
pretty
the,
shagged when you got them. Yeah.
But
funny
it
how it's
worked.
like-
It got me through.
Like
Yeah,
engineering work that had to come
And then-
into riding hard in BMX.
Yeah, because
We only
they
had,
hadn't caught up, man. They hadn't
Back
caught
then, we only had Elizabeth Star to get
terrible.
stuff from America. So if you wanted stuff that you saw
Okay,
in
that was-
magazines,
yeah.
like BMX Plus adverts and that kind of thing,
Gary.
that was the only
Gary
way.
Elizabeth Star.
And he'd hook you up. But, you're going
Gary's the
to
legend,
pay three times what it costs in America. Like, there's
We talking
getting
CTR
around
Gary,
it.
No, Gary that ran Elizabeth Star Cycles.
Yeah, his shop was just dedicated to hardcore racing.
Oh,
and
he
BMX.
had a dark sort of beardy, like a little
Yeah, moustache.
cross beanie, like a little.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah,
I
and
forget
then
his surname.
later on,
now.
everyone else came to the game once it got popular. And it did get real popular. We were dirt capital of Australia.
It
there for a
exploded,
while.
man.
Yeah.
Within
trail
a
riding-
4-year radius,
Because
actual
we all
exploded. It was
built.
hectic.
Like I was building as soon as I started riding.
There's no legal jumps in Adelaide.
not at that,
The
not
city
back then.
BMX track.
No.
Oh, and your
Council-
racetracks.
Wollonga.
Yeah.
Council weren't
We had
okay with
Wollonga.
it, yeah.
But you
That
had
was
your
kind of
racetracks,
council.
Tea Tree Gully and Cross Keys.
And then
you
that's
know,
where the
Pallet
original
Cove and
jumps
those
kind of
guys.
were. They'd be kind of across stuff at a racetrack.
Yeah, it'd be half-time
Yeah,
show stuff.
So late 90s, I remember City BMX track we were talking about. The big jump there was like a step up, and the landing was actually the face of one of the berms.
In the back
I don't
corner.
No,
know.
that
In
was
the
at the back. Yeah, it was at the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need a 48.
We
to get
spent
over that.
weeks.
That's where
digging that
Ross
with
was
picks
doing
and
flips
and
there, like digging into the burn.
Oh, there was a
Yeah.
dugout one there too. So I spent that took me like 2
We
months on my own.
spent.
yeah.
we.
We spent.
We spent.
Group
I don't
spent,
remember
yeah.
him digging, but
Don't know this eye shit. Fuck
I
you.
don't. Paul doesn't dig.
Fuck off. Get on your mouth.
I dug that into the berm. Yeah, because after the track got done up, that was considered dangerous to have
How did I get out of that?
a back on the berm. So they
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's the director.
I have
Further
footage of
out.
it somewhere. I would have it. Yeah.
so dug into it, and that was so people could just practice. But I built my own set.
And then after 10 minutes,
the
you go,
side.
oh, Razzie, have a dig. And I'd spend an hour slaving and sweating while he's on his little brassy smoking cones. And I'd dig.
Was that a part of
if you
riding?
don't have a photo of it, it didn't happen.
Yeah,
mate.
No, we don't need to concentrate.
Everyone
It's
had a
a
brassy, bro.
family-friendly show, but
Everyone had a brassy Zol.
yeah,
That
but
was going on everywhere.
Yeah, man.
I know it was. But how did that?
Yeah,
did
I
that make
smoked.
things better?
I smoked a lot back
Did
then.
that?
We did.
Yeah. Just
You
made
got me kicked out of my
relax,
house
or-
for that shit.
You got yourself kicked out.
You taught me how to make a bong. I was an angel, man.
He was
I've taught-
fucked. He was like, give
We're
me a
all
weed, man.
angels
Give me a smoke. I
inside.
was like, I don't know you, man. Just keep away. He just like kept coming up to me like, fucking pack us a
That's
cone,
funny.
bro. Like,
But in all honesty, like,
We-
what I saw,
We won't have spend too much
yeah,
time
of
on
the
that.
BMX, but there wasn't really any time to be doing that. Like, everyone was trying to progress so much in riding.
when
That it was like, it's not like everyone's sitting around
People would-
smoking bombs or something. It was
everyone
like,
would come
there was
to
no
the
time
city.
for that.
back
No,
then,
you do
everyone
a
would come to
run
the city.
and then have a fucking chizzy.
You have
and
all
then
these
do a-
motorbike riders,
and
all
then
these
have a different
races,
run like that.
and they just try to rage you out. And you'd be so whacked, you wouldn't even know how to ride, and you just go and do it anyway. And they just be like,
Not the best way to learn. Not the best way to
It
learn.
relaxes you, though.
It's like,
You don't feel it when you crash,
just
maybe.
torched.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like another set of moto riders, right? Yeah, you know, you're having this, man. I was like, I don't really want it, but yeah, all right. And then, yeah. No, I had a set out the back there. It was like, you had to have a 48 tooth chain ring to get over it.
Because you're pedaling along flat grass. It's a
on, what
there's no
jumps?
roll
About
ins.
100 metre run up.
There
I
was
reckon,
no
yeah.
roll-ins in
No, there was no
Adelaide.
rolling. It was flat
At a
ground.
BMX track was the only place you had a roll-in.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you had to
if
pedal
If you wanted to
everything.
hit anything
Are you
like,
talking about at the town track burn
over 25 feet, you
Except Dingley Dell. That was
And
the only
that
place
came-
that had a bowl.
that's
kind of
man,
roll.
I remember the beginning days of that.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was a guy from Fulham down
That
there.
was sick.
And I have to give him credit for making it big. He didn't build it originally, but he made a little, maybe like
It was an
shoulder height
ankle
jump, and it was carved out to 28 feet.
But it was ankle wide.
But he never carved the dirt out. He just took a layer out.
We spent a good week on that.
And then there was a bigger lip next to it, and that was much shorter, and it had a big gap in the middle and that kind of stuff. But the little one was the sick one. It was like
Closer to the tree.
Yeah, and you were like, like your eyes were vibrating in your head, and you were like, just you couldn't even hardly see it. Your eyes would be watering, and you just hit it, and it was just like pop, and then you're like, whoa, yep, and just up onto 28 feet. It was carved out to, but I measured it later, and I got 32 out of it. So
I reckon when I broke my nose,
hard one to measure because it was a proper step up too.
Yes, and then you could send it, and then we started bringing dirt in, and it eventually turned into a double.
I was just like,
or like a step up, not a double. But.
Yes.
Yeah, me and Jesse.
It was so good when we started bringing
put a few extra trailer loads on that landing.
I would speak to the Belair. Well, that was Belair National Park because we got some trials comps in there. And I'd ask them, can we run a trials comp? Oh, and can I bring a trailer of dirt in? Can we just build that jump
a little cheeky on the side.
Then
buy a
trailer
Jesse
of dirt
and bring
a few more in on you.
Yeah, just keep bringing it in. They gave me a key.
Jesse was like, let's do it, man.
That jump was sick, man.
You cut us off after 3 extras, I think.
It was, imagine that, just that speed, minus all that level
if it was
ground.
A double.
That's what I'm saying. If you minus all that level ground and had a landing where we were landing.
We spoke with the local...
it would have been like a 45 foot.
With the local council
man.
and with
You're talking the step up.
National
the
Park.
big boy, the big rig,
And it was safe. It was a safe, really big jump.
We nearly... We were so close to getting that landing built up to 7 feet tall by the council.
That's what we
that
wanted.
close. And at the 11th hour, they decided they weren't going to do it because it wasn't going to cost them anything. They were just going to let us do it.
So good.
And we were going to put a big set after it. So it needed to be 7 feet up there and then nothing in the middle.
Yes.
Nothing in the middle.
Like me and Jizza had this vision and we were just
dream,
we were like frothing at it, just like, this is going to be so sick. Like,
and they were great council people at the time. They really let us get away with it.
They never did fully explain why they said no.
There was no insurance and all of that, like who and why.
There was just nothing back then.
A lot of black tape, I think. Yeah. A lot of black tape.
Not understanding what it is. And you look today, what they've got, like City, for example, that's
got so big now from what it started.
It's a grey...
Even the start mound.
It's huge.
It's a grey area. There's a lot that could be debated. It's okay, but then they could also say it's not.
I think even jumps that shape.
Worded.
At the start, councils would not let us bet anything above 3 metres.
Yeah.
Council stopped everything at 3 metres.
Oh,
so you weren't allowed to do anything.
We were tied
everything
at 1.8
limited at that.
off ground level.
And I managed to push it to 3.
Yeah.
Right.
What about the day?
And that's because that's the start mount. That's not the jump. And you could have a jump, but you couldn't have the gap in the middle. It had to be a tabletop. And then you could gradually get rid of the and that's what Adelaide City Council let us not have tabletops.
Like the local track where I grew up was Netley, and
that was sick.
We started building jumps there, and we started doing like this square shaped jump. So you're not, you mainly, like for me, I'm not a huge jump builder, but I was building like that because you're building the biggest jumps with the least amount of dirt. Like, that's basically what you're doing. You're not worried about who's going to break their leg on this thing.
You took the middle out because you need the
when you're doing it by hand, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I remember I was building like that in their track, and the council rocked up, and they come over. I'm like 16 years old. They're like, nah. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Well, I've just built this thing for like the last 4 days on my own here. They're just like, nah, not having that. And that was a Saturday, I remember. And on a Sunday, they must have hired a contractor to come in.
Dozed it.
Trash.
That used to happen so often.
Because it was, they're just like, if you can't roll over it,
Did you ever see the pines? What do we call it back then? The pines. Yeah. Did you ever see that?
It was at the. It was
Gregor and even Jesse was. I don't know who was digging out. There's other guys.
The first day. The first day I met Jesse
across the road
was at Hallett Cove, and this in the other podcast where I was saying I was living in Hacken with Byron, my next door neighbour, and after Mum and all that separated, and I was living in Moe's, Stuart would pick me up with Byron, and Byron had back, I think it was 85-ish, I don't know, around that time. He had the proper Super Goose Mongoose, and we'd go down to Hallett Cove and race. I was getting overtaken by girls, but no offence to women. Women do lots of awesome things in sport, but I was coming last, like getting overtaken by girls. I was like, this isn't for me. But the first day I met, or not meeting, but saw Jesse was on a crisp blue full factory thing.
They were sick.
Like squid as, like, you know, this high, and just like, that's just right, you know what I mean? He was a weapon, man, and that was my first thing. And I think even back then he still had a number one plate for.
Because he won a Worlds, and he was a
won
bracer.
Worlds Nationals,
and his heart was.
Well, he had heaps. Yeah, he had a bit of a heart, didn't he?
He had a horse heart. It was like this.
Pumped a bit more blood around than the average person.
Skill level.
I think he had a heart in every limb.
Who do you think helped progress? Who are in that top realm of few people that progressed the sport of BMX in Adelaide?
It was Jesse and Jarad. That's in my opinion. It was Jesse and Jarad.
Why?
Well, Jesse was doing flip barries. Jarad was the only one doing tail whips, but I've seen Jarad do half and full bar spin tail whips before. I've seen him do decades before in soft shit. I've seen him do 720 bar spins. He was macking it way above my level. Like when me and Jarad found a good soft section of dirt, we would session it and then
foam pits hadn't even been thought of.
Yeah, so
then.
like we would
no resi mat, no.
We would plow.
Airbags.
We'd rope a shovel to our top tube, and off we went, looking and searching. You know,
we used to hide shovels too, and they used to stole.
So
in that progression of that, like for me, that late 90s, it was Volatile Visions. And I know my vision's different because it's a different generation,
Yeah.
and it was you two. It was like these guys, we'd go out riding, like, you know, I'm 15 years old, and we'd go to some dirt jumps. If we saw Paul or Jarad there, we're like, fuck, man, there's those guys over there. Like, do we go ride or... I don't even know. Like,
Can we say hello?
Yeah, it was like that. It's like, you know, you go out north, it's
I'm
like...
not that ugly, bro.
That's me bays there. Like, you know, I don't even know now.
Let's drop a water balloon on his head.
We're a bit full on.
There was a culture. There was a full on
He still is,
culture.
but we were pretty welcoming in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Like, we did everyone, you know. Like, we liked riding with everyone. Like, even, like, right through to people that couldn't ride for shit. It's long as your attitude kind of got along with you.
But you're all
Arthur
in
was
it
a prime
together.
example of that. Arthur, remember?
Yeah. But he's always...
Do you remember Arthur?
He's always like, I hate mountain bikes, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks bad how many people
He's a
rode mountain
fucking
bikes.
woman now, dude.
We knew.
No way.
That we were good friends with and
Dude.
still
It's a
are.
lot better if one person speaks at once. It's a lot easier.
He has a vagina. Wait.
Hey,
he's got a vagina.
Yeah, all right.
He's got a vagina now.
We're not interested in that.
I'm just saying. What Arthur is now.
That's fine.
I'm sure he's a lovely woman.
Inspirational people, Matt, you were talking about.
Yeah,
the person to your left and your right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and just those, and I'm going to say, like, they're like household names, like Dwayne Golding, Mick Bazan, like Jesse Carlson, these people that, Zola, you were the one, you were out there filming them and you were putting them on the screen. And as a kid growing up and to see these guys progressing, like they're progressing in their way, because you're out there with the camera and we're watching this stuff and we're like, man, it's going in. And you're watching like, you remember Lust, I bought the Lust VHS, I watch it. By the end of it, I'm like shaking in my room. I've got to go out and get my bike and just ride up and down the street.
That's a great
I
story.
love it.
You
It's
know,
the best feeling.
you know, I just like,
And then, what was it like? What was it like after seeing that, and then going somewhere, and then like me or Paul, or me and Paul, and a group of us are all there riding before you knew us? What?
Yeah, it was overwhelming, and it was
Butterflies.
like,
Would have
far
been
out, like,
butterflies.
oh, okay, there's these guys like, and you know,
But then you got to know us pretty quick.
yeah, you
Like,
got that sense of reality. It's like, you know, you watch it on the video. Yeah, there's the crashes at the end, but when you're really there, it's like that you're in it. Like, it's dusty. You can smell the dust.
Yeah,
you know,
I
you
love
can
that.
hear the ratchets in the wheels and shit. Like, and you're
Yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah,
It's
you know,
the best.
and you're talking to the people that are at the forefront of this sport in the area that you're at, and you're just like. Yeah, it is. It's a feeling that I can't really explain it. It's an adrenaline that was just super cool, you know. You can go and speak to someone who could perform on a world stage. You know, at that time, you're at the level of a world stage. You guys were riding.
We were just like we are now. Like we're just people. And, because we always tried to be in that way, I guess, somewhat humble. Though we're a bit like once we got on the piss, you know, we were a bit loud.
Don't even go there, dude.
But you
Don't
know,
even
we
go
tried.
But
to
is
be-
that because it felt at that stage?
We just like to laugh,
You
and
saw
sometimes
people
it was at
from-
people's expense.
We like
you know,
having
but-
fun.
Yeah.
It was all about
But who
fun.
are you comparing these guys to? How do you know that they're good? Like, who are you comparing them to? Is it Australians? Is
okay,
it Americans? Like, who are you seeing? You look at the Americans, you go, oh, that's their best American. You go, hang on, Jared's done that. Hang on, oh, that's the guys in the magazines. Oh, hang on, no, Paul's doing that.
Yeah, so
Jesse's doing that.
I wasn't seeing it as a division of country to country. It was like different people's personal styles. And to me, it was all the same what these guys were doing. I wasn't.
But it was new. Like
Yeah.
today, how do you see a new trick? I don't know. They're all hasn't it all been done, or is it Ryan Williams and that's
Well, I just
nearly
watched
impossible?
the-
circus status
Did
now.
you watch the
Yeah.
X Games? Did you watch the X Games there?
Yeah, I watched the latest
Yeah,
X game.
Is it me or is it Ryan the only one that tried?
I kind of yawned.
Like he
I kind of yawned in about
I'm
20 minutes, and I was like,
I'm not a big fan of just people that just do tricks and don't actually ride, but he's learned how to ride.
Hey,
You're
Joe, before
putting
you,
so
before
much
you
on the
continue
line.
with that,
You're
He,
putting so
what
much
about
on the line.
Napoleon? He was boosting that first set and just steezing it, and I was getting more enjoyment out of watching him just dead sailor that first set.
Tui was lofting the first
Bro,
set.
he's
like-
going almost 20 foot high.
Yeah, I reckon. No,
have
no,
you-
I
didn't see it.
Okay,
No, I
so
saw the-
it was
some of the
it was
part.
Napoleon, wasn't it? Whatever his name is. Anyway, he's dead sailing the first, but like steezing in at like 20 foot high, and I'm
Yeah.
just I'd much prefer to see
I
that than
still-
someone doing a
I'd
double
like to
back
see
foot tail whip, man.
competitions.
Like, it's grassroots.
Years ago,
it's
rhythm wasn't.
grassroots stuff, man. Like,
Dirt has kind of.
And it's got a lot
They-
to do with the landing as well. Like,
Yeah, the
you can be
landings were
up
good.
in
but
the air, and then the smoothness of the bike.
that
it's
first
so
set
big.
was like
Hitting the
30
landing.
foot, dude.
You've got no
got-
suspension, and you've got 90 psi in your
You saw the
tyres.
size of that
It's,
first
that's
set.
what really a lot of the art, and that's I find
Yeah.
when they got the soft landings, and I know these guys are doing berserk tricks, but then they land on that soft landing, and it just doesn't have that sharpness, that same element.
But I like the day. Like rhythm had its. Was a difficult one to get into for people because like back when we started building rhythms, you couldn't trick that stuff. You'd have
That
to
was the
choose one
skill.
set.
Pumping the rhythms was the skill.
Yeah, so it started off small and got enormous. And like today, competitions start enormous and just get smaller. And that skill's now, like it's not being nurtured.
I'm kind of got the feeling today it's getting into that more trail feel though. Like that
It's getting back, I think.
That last
Stuff's
X
going-
Games
Like
stuff that we were
Paramount
just
yeah.
talking
in
about.
its heyday.
Oh, I used to roll my
Oh,
tyres off the
Pam-
rims
mate,
and back
Pam
onto the
was
rims again, and then I'd
sick.
have like a fist-sized chunk of dirt in between my tube and my tyre, just
Clay as
because you're just going so big. Yeah, like some of that stuff got pretty big. I was always arguing with Jesse about making the landing steeper, but he just loves the big lip. He don't give two rats about the landing. Like, just big lip, something, another big lip, something.
nothing better than landing on the front wheel, man.
Oh, I love that.
Like,
Made
I
everything
get
big, but-
I get funnies when I'm riding through trails and I can feel my front wheel skidding on the knuckle
yeah.
before I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So when you feel the buzz, it's like an airplane landing on the.
There's nothing. You don't need. There is no
Yeah,
landing.
it is.
You just come
It's
back
one of the
in.
best.
yeah.
So it's one of the best
yeah.
feelings in the fucking world when you feel your
Yeah.
front wheel buzz on that knuckle,
yeah.
and it was, and you're like.
Just that
Just
degree of
buttery
accuracy
smooth. How
feels good too.
You get like
like-
a little schoolgirl. You can't. It's the best. It's the best, man. Trails is I
Best
love
trails in
digging.
Adelaide as they progressed. Start us through your
Well, we-
progression
it was
of
town-
how they started, like as trails, not just a jump.
There
Trails.
was no
It was-
best. There was just,
It was
Oh, yeah.
town
Trails,
that
yeah.
where we
It was a trail is a
It
group
was
of
city,
people's
and
vision.
then-
Interpretation
Yeah.
of what they had with
I
their
think after
surroundings.
city. I think after city it was.
That was never really a trail, though.
But
I
like we were
wouldn't say.
building there, like when they dumped all that stuff there, like me and Jiz would, and Steve and Christian, they were still riding back then. We were digging like little pissant 6-packs on the back of berms and stuff like that because the dirt was so soft and awesome. But we had that way of thinking in our brains, like we were.
Then Hawthorne Dean came along, Rowan and Dean
Was that what's next?
kicked that into gear, and God, we used to rock
As a
up there.
legal place, you know, you had Hackham and
Cottage Lane
Ranella-
was
Ranella
Cottage Lane was
Rhythms.
still legal, but I think Hackham would have been after the proper trail.
Yeah, but by that stage
Stuff.
we had.
I think.
Hacken was definitely early.
Yeah, we had Wollonga
Yeah, that's what I mean.
as well,
That's the earliest. That's my earliest memories of actual proper trail.
Yeah, then the
stuff.
trees came along, and then
I remember just hunting for Renella rhythms. I didn't know where they
that
were.
was probably maybe the first, to be honest. Like maybe the first.
Tremworth and Jesse. And who built these things? I'd love to find out. Because you just rock up and there's already 15 jumps in a
It was all
row.
Mark and the
Yeah,
Racer
they weren't
Boys
big.
that
just-
did it.
They weren't big.
It was all
but
Mark.
there's hours.
So it
No,
depended on
not
the
Mark.
time.
It was
Some parts of the year
Happy
they got
Valley
big,
Racer Crew that did it.
but it was sand, so it was
I forgot his name.
very limited window of opportunity to build and ride. So it was quick building, and that's where probably I'm going to say Jesse came up with this term called cakes. I'm going to give him the credit for that.
Cakes.
Cakes. Yeah.
Cake.
So years ago, council used to dump dirt. You'd shape it, you carve away what you don't want, and you end up with a pyramid type structure. Jesse decided he was going
let
to.
it set and carve it up the side.
He realised if you got nice lush dirt and you get a shovel full, you can just build it up like bricks, which is what we were all doing. But he came up with the term cakes. So when you could cake stuff, you could build really quick, fast, like laying up a wall with bricks. But even then, for a little while, then we used to build it and then shape it afterwards. And then Brian Telford from Celix, he came along and he just started building it neat straight away. And then that caught on like a bloody rash.
Way
Like,
before the pattern slap.
that was an infection.
Way before the pattern
and now
slap.
the world just builds neat. Like you don't waste dirt while you're building. You build it to where you want it and shape it as you're building it. But for a long time there, we used to just carve away.
You got to
what
have
we
good
didn't want.
dirt too.
Yeah, that's
it's
where the
almost
cake
like
thing
you need
came.
something growing in the dirt, so it's got the roots in
Yeah,
there
it's-
to help
it's-
the structure of those.
No,
Dirt-
grassroots is shit for.
Proper dirt's got proper microbes
Very
in
bad.
it. That's what's
Clay
brown.
Because it's-
yeah, then
because-
you got
because
clay and
it's-
sand and all these things
because
as
it's
well.
But in a good
pockets.
ratio.
In
Yeah.
the dirt, so
Yeah, you gotta have
when
the right
ru-
ratio.
It crumbles, and
But it depends where you are to
that's
what
why
kind
every
of
time
dirt
I'm
you've
at
got.
my local, I'll pull
So-
grass out the back of the landing.
Yeah, then I guess Cottage Lane, I used to call it Bellamy's because it was next to Bellamy's ramp. Steve and those guys.
Cottage Lane was Hackham, yeah?
Yeah.
Cottage Lane,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you remember when one year Jesse and Steve and all the guys down there, stands and that, they built. Jesse was in this phase of
Huge
I'm going to
thing.
just build no flat bottoms and vert landings everywhere.
Big rigs.
And no flat bottom, and they were really tech to get through. But then he was like, too many people coming and riding this without helping us build, so they buried logs between the lips and the landings, so you couldn't pull out anywhere. So it was like, once you're in there, you're in there. Like the only way you're getting out is to put your bike above your head and climb over stuff, or just get right through it. So for most of us, it wasn't a problem. We just go right
Trail
through it.
riders back then was so Nazi,
I
dude.
remember Kenny Raggett
I'm one of them.
coming over from Sydney and just going, you guys are fucking idiots, man. Like, this is stupid. Like, like he was just dead. Like, he saw it from the road and was like, oh, sick. And then got there and went, no, there's no way. Like, I'm not hitting that, man. It was like, we were just having a good time. And that's where I reckon the first dirt spine was trialled. And that was pretty wild. And then...
That's like 96-ish?
Yeah,
around
97,
there.
97,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I came back
no,
home
it
in
was more
96.
earlier than 97.
No, I came home in 96. bro.
Hackham was there and it just progressed. It just kept progressing.
Yeah, and then later on, because we used to go to Hawthorne Dean most mornings and then head off to Dingledell and wherever people were, we go. But we always started in Hawthorne Dean, so we
Yeah,
said,
'cause
right,
we had the downhill Andos and
And
taking mountain
that was just
bikers.
fun. That place was fun, and they built up really tall. That's kind of what was fun about it. This was kind of tall.
It was sick.
yeah.
And then we...
And
what
it's a nice area too. Like, it's
what
really
about the
tranquil
downhill
down there.
section we go through?
Yeah,
the
we used to do
hospital?
downhills and stuff. Yeah,
The hospital.
So then after that we built at some point the trees came along, which is we cut down through there, and that was at the bottom of the hill as well.
Oh,
Yeah, because we cut through we do downhills into the hospital and uni.
There was
Yeah.
there was this particular section where
God, we used to mac it like on down,
like
yeah.
I'm talking like 30-foot step down shit if you've got the balls for it, because it goes into this big car park and it's all got these little pine posts. Back then it all had little pine posts, barrier type things, and the first time Jarad showed me it, he's like, just follow me in, and like Jared's I'm like, fuck this, he's
Yeah,
gotta rear brake.
moving.
well
gotta
over
rear
50.
brake, that's it.
Oh, we're going well over 50. Yeah, like,
He's moving. I'm like, bro. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
it's
hold
like
on.
hurts your eye speed, but you get used to it
and
after a while.
I watched him pop off. I watched him pop off the little whatever it was, and just launch. I was like, oh shit! And I just did the same. Like I'm talking like 20 to 30 foot step downs into this not paved, but tarmac car park in.
Yeah, and you just air off the footpath because it kind of went down and then it came up a bit and then you just air over the gutter.
You know the one I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah, and just land down. And if you went
fast enough, Zol, you could easily do a 40-foot banger down it if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
It was crazy fast.
It'd be like me, Paul and Toby just smashing it down there. But like even, there used to be three of us just tucked up, going down like Sheps, holding the bottom of our handlebars, laying our head against the top tube.
For roadie stats.
And we'd just be slipstreaming each other, and the person at front would pull out to the right, and the next two would go through and they pull into the back. So we'd constantly get faster and faster and faster. Yeah. And then like one day, like Paul was I don't know, he was doing some stuff where he was doing a course, and it was up in Blair National Park, and some young bloke was trying to keep up with him, and his Paul slowed down to go across the bridge. Remember, there was a bridge that used to cross in Blair, but you'd be
on the way to
macking it down.
Apex.
Yeah, no, when you were coming back from that course that you were doing up in Blair when we lived at Mitcham.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
that was community service.
Trying to do the same thing.
That was community service, bro.
And he's gone too fast into the bridge, and it's a little bit of a turn into this bridge. So they'd be doing about 45, 50 clicks into it.
He was doing.
He didn't slow down for
100.
Paul, yeah, but he just kept going, and he's hit his head into his handlebars, and his skull is fractured in all the plates that join together when you're a baby.
He was fucked.
And his head squashed through the handlebars, and all those plates broke in his head. And
I watched it live. I'm tucking in. So the steepest part of Blair National Park, which if everyone knows, they probably know what I'm talking about, but I'm tucking in.
Our European listeners and our American listeners have no idea.
So it's hot and dusty
but there's
as
none
fuck.
of them, so don't worry
it's hot
about
and
it.
dusty as fuck down here. Don't worry about it.
I'm just talking like Adelaide here.
It's hot and
The
dusty.
5 people
That's
that
what
are
it
listening, they know fucking Blair.
And we all love you, all 5 of you.
Yes,
where the
thank
fuck
you.
camera
Used to be
is.
3, now it's 5. Thank you.
And you.
It's gone back down to 3 now.
Yeah.
So like, community service is finished. We're all riding down the hill. There's only 4 of us that were riding down the hill, and he's like a road.
Why did you do community service?
Because I'm a criminal. Anyway.
What? All right, talk your story.
Yeah, let me tell my story.
He can't remember. He doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Jared
didn't pay
had
my
still got his
fine.
back though. He was doing a course.
Yeah,
You know?
Jared. Anyway, you keep going. Tell us your story.
So, shut the fuck up. So anyway, mountain. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Anyway,
Thanks, mate.
so yeah, you will thank me. Anyway, mountain man. Anyway, so we've finished the day of community service because I was a fucking hectic criminal, paying off my $100 fine and shit, and. Shut the fuck up, Matty. Anyway, everyone, and there's only 4 of us on bikes. He had a mountain, like a hybrid. It was like a roadie mountain bike thing.
They weren't full
We're
size
not going
bars
into the
either.
mountain
Yeah,
bike.
he
They
had
weren't
the,
Stick to your
9-inch
story.
bars.
but he had the
They was
down
bits
things
size.
on.
Stick to your story. Come on.
I watched him ragdoll through a fucking bridge. Like, he was flat spinning Spider-Man shit.
He
and-
came home laughing about it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I didn't. I came home crying, dude.
What's your word? Let's
he was
let's
like,
talk
I just
about
saw
you
the
boys.
gnarliest
It was
thing, like-
fucked, dude. It was...
What's
Yeah.
your worst accidents? Maddie, I'm going to go to you.
I don't know whether this was one of your comps. Was it at Glenelg in Collie Reserve? Dirt jumps.
Oh, yeah, yes.
What? Which one?
Collie
We had
Reserve.
the...
Collie Reserve, yeah.
Oh, what was that called? I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Velofest. Velofest.
Yeah, that's
There you
right.
go.
And there was the Saturday. Saturday we practiced this double like the whole day, and I had my run down pat. I think I was doing an X up over the first set, and then no foot can over the second set. Like from I was at 15, 16, and I had like 4 runs, and I had them locked in. I get there Sunday. First run, I'm like, I'm just going to practice.
Ted Sailor.
I'm just going to practice like it's the comp, which is in like an hour. no foot can. And I remember I looked down and the bike was like 90 degrees next to me, and I was just like,
Oh no.
it was like it was windy that day. The bike's there, and I was just like, whoa, slap the ground.
No
I
gloves.
woke up in Flinders.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
That's not good.
I
Internal
woke up
bleeding?
in Flinders. I was out for that whole time.
Internal bleeding?
So
or-
mate, half my face was all like wiped off basically, and just all scratches all through that side. The only
Yeah,
time that
'cause-
ever came up is like about 8 years later. I went to the snow, and it was really cold, and my mate goes, "What's up with your face, man?" Like, what do you mean? He goes, "Like half your face is blue." So all those,
Discoloured from
all
Yeah.
of that stuff that was under the skin or whatever, like
damage.
yeah, it was like
You should have said the wind changed.
Jared,
Yeah.
your worst injury?
I've had a few good
Or
ones.
up there? Yeah.
But
what's
I
up there?
haven't blown my knees out. I haven't broken like femurs or humeruses in half or anything like that. I haven't put my wrists through my hands. This has all happened around me. Probably one of the like I've had a few good motorbike accidents when I was younger.
I think your back was your worst.
Yeah, that just stopped me in my tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what was
I
that?
he reckons I died if I kept riding if I didn't have a back problem anyway. But
What was
No.
that?
Nah, so we were digging at Ranella, but this was it wasn't the nail in the coffin. This is probably Jared's.
no,
you
that
was-
was. I know. I ran up and slid on.
So
the
no,
grass,
me and Jizza were fucking doing running, because we all know Ranella's on a fucking hill, and it was pissing.
Well, hang on. What part of Ranella are we talking? What are we talking
Ranella
about?
Rhythms.
Ranella Rhythms, sure.
Yeah. So we all know it's on a bit of a hill,
Would have been Ranella
and
East,
Jesse
I
and
think,
Mark
wasn't it?
were digging and
Yep.
doing their thing there, and we all came in to have a good day together and digging whatever, and it was pissing, and I'm like. Me and Jesus like fucking, we're sliding down this hill, having a
having
good
fun.
old time,
Yeah.
like fucking, like surfing that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
but then my back went, didn't it?
And I'm walking back up the hill, and I watched Jared run into it, and he started sliding. I just seen his face and his whole body. I just felt the energy, man, and it
It
was
took
like,
4 people to get me in the car. I was in so
yeah, he
much
was fucked,
pain.
man. I was just
And then I
like,
was stuck in the kitchen for 6
I was-
hours. Yeah, I couldn't get out of the
So
kitchen.
that was from mucking around. You were sliding
Yeah.
down a hill,
Yeah,
doing a
on-
foot
on
slide.
his
just doing the
Yeah,
foot,
you
doing
know,
the foot surfing shit, and
yeah.
I think about 6 months after that happened, you moved back to your mum's at Wollonga, I think,
Yeah.
and I was doing my thing, but we eventually connected again in Aldinga.
That was
Did they
what-
find out? Did they tell you what you'd done?
Yeah, prolapse disc.
Yeah,
And then
slipped his disc.
about a year later, another one.
Did you know at the time that that's what you'd done?
Yeah,
Or you knew it was
yeah.
something. You knew it was something
I had
bad.
to go through and get scans.
It was
and
pretty
all
much
that,
like
and-
Jesse's
So
ankle.
that stopped you
came
riding?
down, yeah.
Yeah, like that
immediately.
night we got out. Like I got a doctor out to my house on a Saturday night or a Sunday night. They call them locums here in Adelaide.
Yep.
And he came out and he was like, "Yeah, it's going to be a disc problem."
What-
and then
what was that
turns
like?
out it was.
What year? Like 03?
No, not even like 98.
No. Because you went to
Yeah,
Queensland
99.
X Games, and X Games
Went to the
was,
first X Games and it would have been.
I think it was 02.
It was
I
just
think.
after the first X Games. Yeah, I
It was
guess.
like 01 or 02, I think, bro.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
after
it's a long
in between
time
the
ago.
first and second
Yeah.
X Games. Second X Games was the
If
I
We're going to come back.
In,
We're going to come back to X Games,
couldn't
but stick on the
couldn't do
injury.
it. But I don't reckon that was my worst injury. That just stopped me from riding at that
Okay.
point. Yeah, so
Yep.
from then it was just I was in agony, but I kept trail riding.
Yeah.
But competing was out of the question, and yeah, we'll go into that some other time. That was like
come to that,
everything went good up till then, and it was just starting to take off. But probably snapping my bike in half back in the 1 inch days. Yeah, like that's the scar on my nose, a little bit of my eye, through my lip, from down to there.
What happened?
Front end fell off my bike while I was in the air.
I was gonna say something,
when I
but
landed.
alright.
Yeah, it just made a ping noise, and I saw my wheel bounce off into the distance with my front, with my handlebars and all that. Yeah, it was like, and then it was just a good headbutt to the ground and smash your face.
Where
into
were
the
you?
dirt.
No
When that
helmets.
happened?
No helmets.
City
back then
dirt,
either.
yeah.
No
We used to have
helmets
this
back
thing
then.
where it was like, how many sets can you do without pedaling, on a racetrack? And also, like, who can take half a run up? Needed, like, that was a racer thing. And we used to play that, and it went bad for me one day. Kind of,
Oh, so you didn't make the land, like you hit the back side of the landing and snapped the front end off.
Yeah, the front end came off, and then I didn't even have time to shut my eye. And then there was a ranger in the Parklands, something to do with Pulteney Grammar School, who have a bunch of ovals there. Yeah, and he was out there and managed to get his attention, chucked me in the back of the ute and went to the hospital and held my face together. And I remember the people trying to get into the hospital. It was like peak hour, 4 o'clock, 4:30 afternoon, city traffic. No one would let us in to emergency. And then I remember just like this lady just abusing me out the back window. I was in the back of the ute, you know. I was like, we're trying to get into emergency. So I just took my hands away and it was like,
probably doesn't help if you
handful
fucking
of congealed
it,
blood just went, and her face was just like, like she just,
Let him through
just about bathed, yeah. And then she thought, oh, right, hospital, yeah, okay, makes sense now. Like, yeah, it was like, cheers, love. So, yeah, that was probably the worst one. It didn't bother me. I went to Melbourne the next day and rode there for a few weeks. Now, I got to Melbourne and got my stitches out about a week later, and not even a week later. And the doctor said to me, how the hell do they get stitches in your nose? Because it was like here. And then when I went back to Adelaide, I made some inquiries. There was a plastic surgeon walking through on his lunch break through an emergency, and he'd just seen me and went, oh, yeah, I'll take this on. He was from India. And he
fixed you.
Yeah. And it was he was just looking. He was going to lunch, and he just happened to catch me out the corner of his eye.
Team versions
the doctors in Melbourne were just like,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, they were just like, I don't know how the hell they got stitches in your nose like that, because there's nothing there. Like, it's very thin.
It's
a good guy that
amazing that at that exact time he
it probably would have been messy because it's messy now. Like, if he hadn't had a crack at it, it probably would have
so healed as you broke your nose. Was that totally your?
So that was the end of your modelling career.
Well, I didn't really care. That was it hurt when I was riding in Melbourne. It hurt because it's all broken and swollen and that. But yeah,
Chad was a model actual.
What's your worst injury, Mr. Rudd? Stop being cheeky.
No, that's impossible.
That's not fucking. I'm like 3D.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Well, play.
When I snapped
what did you say? Yeah, tell this community this conversation.
When I snapped my ACL, that was on a motorbike, but BMX was when I ruptured my spleen. I tipped on that on the last podcast.
Yeah. We're talking about this one. Don't worry about the last one. Tell this audience. It's a different audience.
Yeah,
what'd you do?
Pretty much almost fucking died, man. I rolled up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Why? How?
I lost 2.5 litres of blood.
What happened?
I was doing oppo panties on. I was trying to learn my oppo panties. And I just got
opposite pancake for you uneducated people.
To my right, because my natural is to the left. So yeah, to my right. Just got stuck in the position, and I'm like, town track tabletop days. So we had that comp. Just got stuck in position. I'm like halfway through there, going, oh my god, like I'm just stuck to that, and I just. Because your spleen's on your left side, just underneath near your rib cage here on the edge of it, and I burst it, and I was kind of like homeless then, so I was living in this government half house thing, and all I remember is walking through the sliding doors, and then that was it.
Do you remember you ate shit at Hallett Cove once, and my dad came around, and you were green. He'd done gravel rush up the side of his body, so he hit the canyon, and it was
there was
a big
canyon.
Jump.
I went like Dolomite. 2 meters past it. I remember
Hallett
that.
Cove on the first
straight. The first straight where it goes left. I went like 2 meters past it.
He'd rubbed so much skin off his body, he was in shock. And so, like, I didn't really...
shaking and shit, dude. It was terrible.
I don't know.
You are talking about a Dolomite BMX racetrack.
Yeah.
So imagine crashing the biggest jump you can.
Shorts and TO.
Onto Dolomite.
I was like... Yeah, that would have been 35.
I think I was wearing a G-string, actually.
35-foot jump at least. But it was hard to get to, too. And, like, my dad came around that night, and he just took one look at him and went, you're green. Get in the bloody car and take you to the hospital. And he went to hospital and spent a couple of days in the hospital.
Get yourself checked out.
Yeah, he was totally in shock,
Yeah,
I couldn't tell he was green.
The dumb stuff you do.
Because you're too busy fucking smashing bongs all fucking
night. Just for your enjoyment.
He didn't want to go to hospital, but my dad was pretty...
Your dad was a legend, dude.
Yeah, that's arguable.
For me, he was cool.
Yeah, he'd rock up and probably be like, how's your sex life?
Yeah, and he'd give me a beer and he'd go, yeah, come and talk to me about it. And I'm like, fucking... No,
Well, this podcast isn't about sex lives of young BMX Ratley kids.
Oh, really?
But, sorry.
Paul's still
also,
like this now. Like, I just went into the city with him the other day, and he's like talking up. Like, there's people sitting on the side of the road.
Oh, Doctor Who?
No, yeah.
That was Doctor Who, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure it was Doctor Who.
I think I told him about it.
Who was there? We took it
The
into
young
town.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's like a couple sitting there. We're about to get back in the car and leave, and it's like 11:30 at night, and this couple look like they're about to have their first kiss, you know, and then Rudsy's just rocked up.
Just
and he's
innocent.
Like, hey, mate.
Innocent
like,
little babies.
What,
No, I rocked up and I seen him.
Text, man?
And I was like, bro, what are you doing? I rang you like 5 times today, like, and you're here with her? And they're just looking at me like, what's happening?
It was on a roll. Like, it went pretty legit.
Personal
like,
joke
wasn't
that,
angry
that
about it, I
most
was just-
people wouldn't understand. Let's keep it to the BMX talk, okay? Yeah. But hang on.
He's
Canyon,
still the
could I-
same. Like, he hasn't changed. He's
Yeah,
exactly
he's-
like he was when I met him. Like,
Still a little shit. He's just a bit bigger. But can I pause there? I need to do a little wee break.
Yeah, same.
I don't know if you boys know. We'll have a quick little wee break.
I already pissed myself 3
And then we're going to
times
come
already.
back and we're going to keep talking about more stuff.
Yeah, see.
We'll have a break, people.
Nice.
Yeah, Matty, shush.
I'm busting for a pee.
You know what you were saying there about that surgeon being there at the same time?
yeah.
I had a grinding disc explode and go through my eye, my right eye. Right. And I got sent into the hospital in the city. And there was a
Your
plastic
eye-
surgeon specialist woman from Sydney here
Happened to be
to
there.
work on
Just happened to
children.
be there.
Happened to be there, and she stitched my eyeball
Saved
together
your
and made my
eye.
eye work. Right.
Get in there, sweetheart. Wait, can you hear me? Wait, Matty, can you hear me? Wait,
Yeah, Paul, I got you.
just stay away from these mountain bikes.
I can't believe
Don't worry about
for like 20 minutes straight you were getting into Jarad about being on a mountain bike today, but he met you on a mountain bike.
I told him not to talk about it all night. I told him
He's
not
up-
to fucking talk
he-
about it all
he's
night,
fucking
dude.
up here.
See how we're
Well,
sitting?
you're up here over this mountain bike. And
You want to be BMX together, or you want to hang out with these dudes?
You know what? If it's two
You know
wheels, I'm
what?
pretty
Yeah, don't
much
worry
there.
about it,
I
man.
don't mind
Just
it.
making it something out of nothing.
What do we want to talk about, boys?
Even without wheels, like a tramp bike.
What would you like to?
Stuff and things.
What would you like to share with
Jared's
people?
Grinder profile.
Well, no. Like seriously, what sort of information would you like to share with people?
Just
Is
going
it
back
about
on that.
comps, riders,
Yeah, I was about to
places?
say favourite comps,
demos.
or
What
favourite
about
comp
the
or
wa-
demo
Demos, we
highlights.
haven't talked
One.
about demos.
The worst injury one, because I actually got an injury where I got.
Oh, you didn't
what's
say-
it called?
you didn't get to talk about that,
tinnitus, like ringing in the ears.
Tinnitus.
Titness.
Yeah, that's the one.
Titness.
I got ringing in the
Titney
ears, and I
Yeah,
went
I've
to the
got it as
doctor,
well.
and I said, "Oh, I've got this," and he goes, "You been doing anything
Didn't we do
different?"
an injury for you? No.
Yeah, we did do an
We did,
injury.
but
This
no.
is another one, and it's more of a joke, really, but it wasn't. I had this ring, and he goes, "You been doing anything weird?" I said, "Yeah, well, I've been on the trampoline for like 2-3 hours, you know, every night for the last 3 weeks." And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I've got this bike that I've got on the
Oh,
trampoline.
yeah,
and
that
I'm
was
jumping up and down on
pre-foam
this
pits.
bike."
Yeah.
And it was
Fucking
actually
out
an
your
injury.
balance.
Yeah, he goes,
That
"Well, put
was-
your ear out of balance because you're just
Yeah.
on the trampoline too much." I was like,
Water's
Yeah,
like,
that was-
the ears filled with water.
yeah.
So trampolines came along, and then foam
Yeah,
pits.
like it happened to me.
All
though.
right, hang on.
Yeah.
We are.
What's that noise? Is that Prince of Persia?
We're back, everybody,
Hey, we're back.
and Paul's still here. No, we're having a great. Stay here. Put your headphones back on. All right, we're back, people.
Why am I the one that gets this?
We're going to now go through a quick injury, and then we're going to talk about some demos and comps. But Matt would like to take us off with
His
another
arse
little
injury.
bit of.
that
Yeah,
he
so
got.
it was. Oh, basically, I was about 15 and I've gone to the doctor because I got ringing in my ears, and he goes, "You've got tinnitus." That's like, so that was the condition, and he goes, "Have you been doing anything different? You know, with your wife, like, is there something you're swimming or something?" And I said, "Oh, I'm spending 2 or 3 hours a night on the trampoline." And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I've got a bike and took the wheels off and I've padded up the forks and the bottom bracket and I'm jumping up and down on the trampoline on my bike." And he just said, "Yeah, well, that's you've disrupted something in your ear by spending that much time on the trampoline, jumping up and down on the bike." And like the reason I say it is the love for bikes was so strong that I could just be in that one spot in my backyard, my staffy sitting there looking at me for 3 hours straight on this trampoline, just doing bar spins, tail whips, bar spins, tail whips, like panties.
That was where you learned tricks. Yep.
Well, the relevance is sort of there, but it's not, because when you got a spinning wheel, things are totally different.
Like Matty was saying, the
but it was another thing.
Matty's turn here, Paul. Sorry, you need to
I'm just
wait.
trying to... I'm adding
No, let Matty talk.
Go, mate. Sorry.
Like, when you haven't got that, whatever the force is of the wheels spinning,
inertia.
It's a bit different.
Totally different, but you still get that feeling like you tuck a panty and you like tuck into it, and you've got that feeling. You're just in your backyard. You can stop whenever you like and walk back into the house.
Plenty of people had tramp bikes. Did you guys have tramp bikes? Did you guys have any of that?
It came along, but my back was already done at that stage.
Again, this is before resi mats, before any safe
nothing.
sort of. How do you learn tricks if you're not a gymnast and you can't go to the gym?
Yeah, there was no foam pits.
Red Hat Matty had that fucking foam pit thing for a little bit, but I was trying backflips and I was actually doing underflips because I'd turn.
You'd wig out.
But I was coming back in on the nose and I was like, oh my God, but I was shitting myself the whole time.
Yeah.
I learned backflips in Melbourne at the shed, the foam pit.
Oh,
in the shed.
Oh, yeah,
In Victoria, I had like a whole bunch of guys were going on a road trip.
Told that's gone now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Devastating.
It's been around forever.
They were going on a road trip over there, and I was sort of out of BMX, so I got into cars a lot. And we're going over there on this trip, and I jumped on, chucked my bike in, and I said to him from the start, if we're going to that place where the foam pit is, I'm going to learn backflips. Like, because backflips are sort of... They were frowned upon
it was
in
the
Adelaide.
banger,
like, if you're in the trail scene...
It was
like,
a
these
circus
guys,
trick, but I still haven't...
It's a circus trick. It's a banger. Everyone loves it.
The crowd wanted to see a backflip.
It's a circus
Oh,
crowd
you'd
thing.
get banned from some of our trails.
I'd much prefer seeing someone do like a 360 table.
Which is going to lead into our next conversation of demos. But for now, stick with that conversation.
So we've all jumped in this car like you do, teenagers, early 20s, just jam your bikes in wherever they'll fit as many people as you can in the car. Let's go to Melbourne. So I went to the shed, and I think I got there. I didn't ride the spine or anything. I just went straight to the foam pit and just tried backflip after backflip into the foam pit till I got it sorted. Took me about a day. And then on the way home, I think Bendigo, we stopped at the skate park in Bendigo, and I did a first backflip on concrete.
Don't tell me that's the same year all the police riot cunts came.
No, I think that was a year. At the dirt jumps there.
Yeah,
that was out of control.
Were you there? We all went, yeah.
That doesn't even need to be
so we're going to keep it.
It's an actual stain on BMX.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about stains on BMX because BMX is bloody brilliant.
That's fucked up.
We're not talking about stains.
Yeah,
There's enough of you rabbly people out there giving it a bad name. But we're talking about the good parts and a backflip.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
that
was...
feeling.
And then you're chasing that feeling all the time, aren't you? Like that's it's the highest that you can feel. It's like you put in this hard work, you push yourself to a point where you're confident you can get away with it without
fucking yourself,
axing yourself, and then you go and do it, and that's it. There's not a better feeling, is there?
Your blood is rushing. Like,
were you guys backflippers? Was that where some riders did it, moved on?
Yeah,
if I had done a backflip in front of Paul in the early 2000s, he would have beaten me up. He would have bashed me.
Dude, it's a family friendly atmosphere here.
Why? No, let's keep to why was a backflip?
Okay,
why was that uncool?
Because we're trail specking.
Yeah, no,
we are turn downs, X ups, tables, 360s. If you make that look good in between a set, you're doing it proper.
If you have no idea what you're talking about, you're a someone might listen to this and go, you guys talk about trail style and back. What's the difference? You're riding a bike. What's the difference?
So trail riding to me, and I reckon Jarad will agree with me with this, it is making something look good, but making it look amazing.
Fluid.
and fluid. So picture someone doing a double bar spin at like 6 foot high on a hip that's got another 10 sets in front of it. Imagine seeing someone do a opposite table at like 20, 15 foot high and just boosting the hell out of it and coming in on the nose.
I was always a big fan of style.
Oh yeah, we'd all.
You know what I mean? Like
stand
that
up
to
and
me in
cheer
my
when someone
head.
did something
It's like I
that,
said, like how I touched on what's his name at X Games. He was going like easy 15 and 20 foot on the first set, and it was like 30 foot long, man. It's not a small jump. And I watched it last night. I was just like, fuck, man. Like,
so we're talking style, real style, versus a really difficult trick.
Because we used to.
It's like Adelaide Hills, Blackwood, trail bosses. That just, it was all about how smooth it could possibly be. Like,
Yeah,
it was just this smoothness
racer,
thing that was
but
just
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About steezing.
The tricks wasn't.
It's not about tricks.
Like if I saw him,
it's about just flowing.
if I saw
goodness,
Paul boost over a set, I wouldn't. I'm choosing a different set, and I'm going to boost that set.
We'd
and
have
then-
little compies
And then,
together.
like, only people that notice are the people that matter. So if you're not at our level, you might not notice we're playing games with each other like this.
yeah.
And it might be a bit hip to the left. Oh, that's my side. Hip to the right. Oh, that's my side. And you do your thing.
That's how it was, bro.
We ended up getting ambidextrous. So, like, at some point I worked out it's just better to go both ways. Like, don't get too comfortable one way.
is.
But
It
you do
is,
have things
definitely.
that you like. His panties, he'd whip.
But do you always
He'd whip
ride-
and lay it flat, and it'd be like the bike would be sideways in front of him, and he'd be tucking it, and it was just like an impossible move to whip that far and get it back, but then lay it flat as well. So it was kind of rad when he got it really clicked, you know, like it was pretty rad. So
You're rolling
when he's
it.
trying to lean in the other way, it's not the same. Like so,
It's
there,
unnatural.
yeah, there's things going on in
It's-
your brain you can't
so my
control.
natural way
It's
is
like riding
particular
left-handed.
foot.
If you're
More-
right-handed,
it's
start
more my
riding
hips and
left-handed.
legs.
I'm goofy foot apparently. Like,
So you're
yeah.
left foot forward or right
Yeah,
foot?
left foot forward.
And you're left foot as well.
I'm left,
yeah.
but I turn to the right.
Yeah, I turn to the left if I've.
Yeah.
But you used to boost that hip in the city to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you turn to the right, left foot forward.
Yeah.
You got more options.
That's the
when
same.
you're
With,
ambidextrous.
yeah, that's how I ride too.
Yeah.
I wish if I could go back in time to those days, I would have liked to have tried to ride a little bit right foot forward.
I've tried to ride
instead
right.
of-
I learned
that's
360s.
I almost
my
crashed
opposite
dude when
way
I did
first.
it, Matty.
And then
I
I was
was-
like, maybe I should try the other way because it's kind of how my brain works. And then because I learnt them first, I just had them both ways. So
I tried to
did
do it,
360
had to
this
piss
way
out.
over one set, 360 the next way. Some people wouldn't even notice you've done just two different way 360s.
It's
Today,
completely
done
different.
thing,
It's
I never
so-
figured it out. I
Yeah.
didn't know which
at
way I was supposed
Kelmscott
to
in
go.
WA Zoll, there's a little council track. It's got A, B, C, D in lines. So A obviously is the highest. But here I am on the C. I'm had a few bevies in me, and let's go with some opposite foot styles. Why not? Let's give it a crack. Here I am, almost ejecting off at 3 o'clock into the side. Dude, it is so different from right to left foot if you're whatever you
shit,
are.
yeah.
It
Like,
is.
Yeah.
It's like trying to ride again.
I do
For me,
trials,
anyway.
and for me to try and put left foot forward, a mate of my Marshy busted his
It
knee and he had to
is
go left foot forward. And
cool.
it's like, that is, that's amazing.
And then you
Props out
watch
to
X Games
Steve,
and you see
eh?
guys go,
Far
you watch
out.
them, they'll go like this, halfway through where they're going to hit another banger, and you're just like, dude, settle down, just eat some fried chicken
But
and chips,
now
man.
that's
Like,
a point score. In an event, the technicality, they'd
That's
go,
what I mean,
he's
man.
just
It's
done that.
hectic.
And they go, you need to kind of,
Yeah.
to win, you probably need to do
Yeah.
opposite stuff. If
And
it's a
it's-
competition sense.
Andrew Dexter's like how Jay was saying, like
So-
we were doing some, you were doing opposite
Yeah.
tail whips for a little
Competition
while.
versus
Yeah,
demo and fun. Competition versus demo and fun. You guys have both done a bit of both. What was the attraction and
Comps for fun. Yeah.
Comes to sick.
But
Why?
I'm unlike most people that rode that got pretty serious about it. I was stopped well before my peak.
Dude,
I
you
never even got close to my
Yes,
peak.
sir.
didn't.
Certainly.
You-
why?
Yeah.
Yeah, back.
Yeah,
Why?
he fucked his
Yeah,
back.
Injury.
Back when.
Yeah.
And then it was like
Before that,
I mean, I
until
was-
that day,
riding S&M and
I
sponsored
pretty
by
much
Megabike.
lost. I pretty
and
much lost my best friend, man. Like he was out. I'm here
Kramer
now.
helmets, Levi jeans. It was all starting to take off. I was getting paid, man.
Like-
It was like time to go to the States, and then that happened. But I never looked at it like, because like I know people that committed suicide over this stuff. And,
BMX
Once you've had a
same.
bad injury.
yeah, not this BMX
Once you
is
can't,
it,
that's your
and
heart and your
they
passion.
don't know how to deal with it, and then they, they've taken their lives. And I never looked at it like I was never bummed out like that. Like the injury bummed me out, and I'm glad I got it out of my system when I was younger because it's always going to happen. It's a genetic component to it. But it just meant for me like I just like a puzzle trying to work out what life is and trying to apply the same theory to something different, but it's still the same.
Same but
The
different.
process is the same. It doesn't change what you're doing. So if I thought I could get good at BMX, what else can I get good at, or what can I get into and then get good at it?
But is that the adrenaline? Like, because it's the risk of
I never
injury,
had-
isn't it? I don't know. What?
I
I
never-
think it is.
I look at
What's
it as a marriage.
It never scared me riding a bike. Like it wasn't like I was there for adrenaline. Yeah, I just enjoyed it.
I really think
Yeah.
that
But-
like,
yeah.
A
riding,
bit maybe.
No, you
got
got
some
me, you
screws
got
me. Go, mate, you go,
loose.
mate.
Yeah.
like
Maybe.
and the two, like riding on two wheels, the skills that you learn to steer with the back of your bike, they adapt to cars really well. If you're into
Yeah.
drift and that, like
A lot
car
of BMX,
control,
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
you know,
BMX is
BMX
drift,
really
yeah.
adapts to drifting in a car very
Also
easy.
fun.
Yeah.
much
There's,
so.
there's just a
What's-
correlation
what's a-
between steering
but
with the
it's not-
rear of the.
It's not scary for those of us that came from BMX to go to there. It was another smile.
Yeah.
And it's because it was more
Curdy,
like smiles.
another amazing example, fucked his back out. He was maybe 17, 18 by the time he cooked his back, and he was young. And Curdy, coming from hanging out with me and Jarad and Dilsey in our Skylines, and I'm fucking threading the needle and drifting, he soaks it up. He's sick now, man. Like, Curdy can steer.
A lot of guys going to go. Like Luke Fink, like a couple of
He's-
like high school.
He's not like Luke
Seminole
Fink
players.
backward entries
Well, Fink's from
status,
Adelaide
but
too, yeah.
Curdy can steer, man. Like, I've
I'm
been
not
in a
into
car with
cars.
him.
It's not my thing. I'm scared of cars.
He
Like,
flipped.
no.
He flipped a 33 over 180 clicks going down through
It's like 140,
Coromandel
but, yeah.
Parade.
We actually
Sit on the roof and nearly like somehow it's a windy road.
And some
somehow
other
sit on the
friends,
roof.
some BMXers having a bump in you that night as well. Coincidences.
That's all right.
That was gnarly. I remember the cops coming up to me and going, "Make sure he never drives again." And then
All I
they
was worried
contacted all
about-
the import yards. So
All I
then
was
when we
worried
went to
about
get
was getting
another,
my
But we're
fucking
not
stereo
here to
out
talk
the car,
about
dude. I had a
cars.
PlayStation in it. I had $5,000 worth of subwoofers and all this
I
other
had
shit in
three
it.
of our mates in it.
Yeah, you're helping me. Fucking
Let's get back to BMX and stuff that maybe our audience is interested in. Demos. Demos.
Favorite for me, only because you had a downhill section was at Chatachilla. So you do the jump and do your trick, and then you had 100 meters of downhill section. And it was, for me, that was probably my favorite Chatachilla.
Which
Demo.
one?
The demo
one-
at
the
At
one
the
that-
fair, at the county fair, with the
Yeah.
hay bale throwing over
Yeah.
the
The
Yeah.
first one
line
where
dancing.
because we
I
had a
just love
couple
that
there.
downhill section going to the soccer field. And
sumo wrestling.
Remember-
Cool
Yeah,
free
right.
ride.
So
Remember,
the BMX was a little circus act.
Beardy, I don't know, did something that went pear shape and he's like bailed out and his wallet came out.
Yeah, it was a 720.
and it just went everywhere.
Yeah,
got
it was
footage.
confetti, bro. It was confetti. I remember standing
his
there.
wallets used to be like 3 inches thick and he'd get it in his pocket. He had a chain
Confetti,
attached to
dude.
it.
We gave him so much shit. It was so
Gosh.
funny.
Yeah.
What about you, Jared? Demos?
Um,
You
I
did
did
a few.
heaps. Yeah, done a lot. Yeah. Good fun.
How does it? What was a demo there? Like at the time, it was the entertainment. The BMX.
I totally forgot
no one's
about the
doing
Supercross
backflips.
ones.
Supercross.
Like the
I totally
Supercross
forgot
stuff.
about them, mate.
The
'Cause at the
Supercross was,
time-
yeah,
yeah.
the Supercross
Riding
was
over the
always-
bikes.
Derek
those
Jarrett?
cars.
Fun.
Remember the first one we did with Derek, dude?
Yeah. I remember the first few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
Zol
What's
got the demos going better. Like you had the facilities almost guaranteed. When we did them earlier before you got involved, man, they might not even have anything there before half time. Like they might have to bring a bobcat out.
We
with
had
a
to
lid,
dig.
You know, like
We're talking. You've got the Supercross scheme. It's a motorbike racing
We had an hour to
event
build
in
a jump.
Adelaide.
We had an hour to
it
build a
was-
jump.
Yeah.
And as the
Melbourne,
half time, you
Sydney,
had 5
yeah,
minutes.
we-
Come and do a trick.
We
You
did
got
a
a
few
packed
with the
stadium.
BMXs.
Well,
It
there
was
would be
terrible.
20,000, 30,000.
and you have
Someone's
He's
car
gone.
alarm's going off.
Yeah, it was like you got a show to do, but then the facilities aren't there. And then I remember doing one. We couldn't even get to the jump. And then I cleared it, and that was the only time we cleared it. I just whipped it straight away.
The first one we killed it, bro.
Some of them went really good, but I remember that one in particular, and it was like trying to please a crowd full of motorbike fanatics.
My favourite
on a BMX with no motorbike, and then you can't even get to the jump, and it was like, holy shit. I ended up whipping it, and that was the only time it got cleared, and it was like enough for the crowd. They were happy, but that was stress. Like,
my favourite moment of that whole
got a big reaction from the crowd.
Melbourne trip we did for Supercross was when we were in the hotel and we had like 100 pieces of paper of A4s and we were building our paper planes. And we're like 10 stories off and like flicking these planes out and like trying to aim for people walking in the street. And like it's just simple things. It's just simple things like that, bro.
Rowan was there. Yeah.
Yeah, Rowan and Dean. I think Dean might have been.
Nah, it was just me, you, and Rowan.
Rowan at that stage, yeah.
I didn't actually touch on the last potty about Dean and Rowan. They were big. They were big names back in the day, bro. Those boys were killing it with us as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Those demos at the Supercross.
Rowan was doing different shit, man. It was sick.
You know, you've got a huge crowd there that's there to watch motorbikes, and like. It was quite captivating watching, because I was in the crowds. You know, I wasn't riding. Obviously, you guys were there. But the crowd would go off for the BMX. It had gone from this big scale.
It was like another level.
To this really, but everyone had focused in and gone, whoa, that dude's just actually spun his whole bike around.
Some of them are pretty good.
People that were in that crowd were into bikes. But they had no idea. Like a lot of that crowd had no idea
hadn't seen that
what
stuff
technical stuff was actually going down on a BMX.
Rowan was the first person to learn forward flips.
Yeah. He didn't learn them, he tried them.
No, he was doing them.
He didn't land one.
Yeah,
onto dirt.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Well,
I remember
he was the first person that was...
He told me years later, he told me...
It was still epic, man.
He told me the one, Dingles, and you can see it on the video. His face changed.
If he stayed on the one at Wollonga, he would have landed that.
But I didn't know at the time. It wasn't until many years later. Like
I think the G-forces would have fucked him up.
Yeah, that's where my back went, and I was like, wow. And that's where he said, like, I've moved over to mountain bikes because I need to keep riding.
Because the angles weren't right yet. We didn't know.
Yeah, it's a learning curve.
It's a learning curve to a jump.
Oh, and today, forward flips, like you got to. That's part of a competition. Like you've got to throw them down. You know, like it's
so hard too.
It's a pretty common thing. Like
really to slow that down.
Doing the doubles over the first set at the X Games this year.
I remember we talked about front flips years and years ago.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of flips in general. I think there's a lot more you can do on a bike without having to do it.
Style.
Like how I got to that attitude is a little bit kind of one-sided.
Jared, you need to go into that because we thought style. Because you can't style a flip, you can't style a front flip, you can't make it. Okay, it's gonna look okay and sweet, but for me and Jarad, we were like.
But you could spend 2 years learning a trick.
We're all about the steez and like the movements.
It's the flow.
And you can't do that. You kind of can with a front and back flip, but
the crowd's not going to get that.
We were hungry for different shit that we can make look good.
The crowd just wanted a back flip.
And the back flip, the crowd instantly responds to it.
It's half the reason I left the scene, dude.
So I was kind of like, it's like we got to push the sport. Like I went out, learned them, stopped doing them. Simple as that.
So the first time I ever saw someone ride like the backflip styles and that was when Luke Fink came to South Australia. So at City Skate, he came there, and I'd ridden in the crowd, like basically Paul's the trail crowd, and it was good. Like it was smooth, and it was all about trails basically. And
proper BMX, man.
Yeah, proper. Yeah, and then Luke rocked up at the skate park, and because I lived in Corolda Park, which was about 6 k's from City Skate Park. I was riding there every night. So every night I'm doing this 6 kilometre ride, and then riding home as a 15-year-old kid, riding at 1 o'clock in the morning back to Corolda Park through the East Parklands, like getting heckled by the locals, everything going on, all to get to that skate park to get those skills. But
what bond did that skate park do for South Australia, Adelaide?
Bro, all four of us together cannot fathom the amount of goodness that came.
Just I'm getting
light, skinny, fingly skills thinking about it.
Supporters. There you go. There's supporters that make that
involved
happen.
in the design,
Maddie's had his podcast
concept of it, and that kind of stuff, and it changed a lot from what we originally wanted.
If it wasn't for Maddie, though, because me and you both had our first S&Ms through Maddie.
Him and my mate, I'd given up on the council at this point. I'd had enough of the bullshit.
Maddie was the key.
And another mate got the sub box put in to their
second stage, third stage.
Jarad.
That was a difficult one, and they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, and that was the last kind of cool thing on the designs that they managed to get in. Because there were a lot of other cool things they didn't put in the end. So it wasn't a great skate park, but it was smooth as shit, and there was lights and good seats and facilities.
Apart from that, though, Jarad, Maddie
was a good place.
Maddie and Zoe were massive.
Matt Hodgson, we're talking about.
Yeah, Matty Hodgie.
Little Black Bike.
Yeah, so, and you yourself, Zoe, were massive influences to make our sport grow. So he had the background of councils, and he had the business mind for talking to.
He's a BMX.
But he had it all. So he had
for Haro. He was a freestyle rider for Haro. Yeah.
And super props to Matty Hodgie. I don't talk to him every single fucking day, but I message him now and again. And I've got mad love for Matty, same as all us here.
Shout out, Matt.
Yeah,
we'll get you back here.
Totally.
That's why
he's got a good
last
story.
time I saw him running a pub or something.
What I was going back to, like he was building
community.
He was out building a community together, and he was the first dude I mean.
He was the first pro freestyle rider I ever met.
Well, remember when we were talking about town track comp before we even started? I'm like, let's do a fucking comp. I'm like, I'm a green dog.
But then,
a year in, I've just learnt 360. I'm like, let's get it. I'm ready. Let's do it. And
show this.
Yeah, let's.
I remember, after
we went to Megabike, and I'm like, Matty, can you help us get this comp happening? And I think that's when he went to you, Zoe.
We had the
and Glenn was putting out the flyers.
Holloway with his assault.
Yeah, Glenn was lining the flyers and shit.
It was community. That's what it was.
A lot of it was inside line too.
It was epic.
You guys,
you're still swimming near that
BMX.
Some of the mountain bikers were so kooky. It was just it's so funny to hang out with. Like, they still are now. Like, some of those guys are still hanging out with and see them, and it's all good, you know. Like, but we had Kim Filkey as well.
Jeez, there was a time when BMX and mountain bike were separate. They didn't really like each other.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then we managed to, through good mates like Matt and Kim, and they broke those barriers down.
Don't include me on
I
this.
just reckon that the mountain bikers got shitted off going down Bullier Road with these guys on their BMXs beating up.
We used to fly past people
flexing down Andos, doing these ones like...
on the bitumen.
And the bitumen,
it doesn't even count.
In the mid-90s, like...
Who cares about the bitumen? You might as well be a roadie.
No, down Andos, bro.
Yeah. On the dirt.
Yeah,
on the BMX. We were like flying past mounties with Julies and shit.
I used to look at the rocks, and I'd just be like, I'm going to clip my tyres on the first one, and I'm just going to...
Yeah.
My wheels never touch the ground in between. I'll just clip all the biggest rocks I could see.
1 inch rock for BMX tyre? Very bad. Anything under 1 inch tyre, 1 inch rock size for BMX? Oh, gee.
But what about
Toby ripped his leg off.
A Saturday or Sunday morning? Sunday morning, you try and get on the Bullier Line train from Mitcham train station with a BMX bike. You got 26-inch wheels filling the entire train, and you're trying to jam your BMX in there. And you're like, right, I'm just going to have to go down I'm going to have to go down the mountain bike tracks now because I've pushed that hard to get into this train. And I remember I was doing it too. I'd ride down the mountain bike tracks and you're going as hard as you can with no suspension, just getting rattled.
Yeah.
But the feeling of riding like past a person on a mountain bike, I'm not saying the good guys on mountain bikes, but anyone on a mountain bike was just like, yeah, look at me, I've got... on this 20-inch bike.
It's demoralising.
How many places were there?
Oh my God, this dude on a little kid's bike just went railing past me.
Yeah, hang on a sec. We've talked about City Park and the City Dirt and some Brunella rhythms and some dirt jumps, but
we
what facilities
did downhills
existed
as well? Like
what facilities existed for you to ride? What council facilities existed?
There wasn't, man. It was only City Park.
There was
only City, dude.
No, there was Adelaide, but then there
concrete.
was it's a basketball stadium just down on States Road.
I think the one after City
Wilfred Taylor Reserve.
Yep.
would have been Hawthorn Dean, and when Bottom finally got recognised, and that was about 202, 3-ish.
The only indoor park was
Yeah,
out
so
at Paraka.
at some point in time,
Skate
like
effects.
Yeah.
in the late
Yeah, I'm talking dirt jumps,
But it did. But
in the late 90s, we met some pretty young folk. Like they were a lot younger than us, and they had a trail. We didn't know it was there. Someone said to us, "Come down, I'll show you these jumps in Blackwood." And we hadn't heard about them before, and we got dragged to this trail, and it was like there was a bit of a trail there.
Bottom, are you talking
Yeah,
about?
the bottom. And
first-
it turned out the person that took us there, it wasn't his. They weren't his jumps, and he didn't
was
have
so
permission to
bad.
take anyone there.
It was terrible,
But-
dude.
Have you got
straight away I
permission to
was
talk
like,
about this? From
don't
the,
need
all
to
the
name
trail
names.
bosses?
So-
They don't need to name names.
It was,
So let's just keep
it was
going.
terrible, Zol.
These
It was-
young guys were like 10 plus years younger than us at the
It was
time,
so
and we were in our
fucked.
mid 20s.
Did you see it back in the
And
day?
we kind of
was so
clicked. We
bad.
gelled with them pretty quick, and it was like, well, we'll come and help you dig if you let us. And they were like, yeah, all right. And then we created this little community where it was like a democratic society where no one had a bigger voice than anyone else, except
We had Woodstocks.
we kind of let those guys dictate the terms on. So, like, if we said we want to build this, how do you feel? And if they went, no, we didn't do it.
collaborated. We all collaborated.
But we
It
kind of
wasn't
let them push where they wanted
We
to go more than where we
collaborated,
wanted to go. We'd already gone.
It
And
was their spot at the start.
it was their spot,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
always kind of treated it like their spot, even after we were there for years.
Yeah.
And today, we're still riding with those guys, and they're some of
Yeah.
our best friends, you know? Like, yeah. I stopped
They're
riding.
tight lifelong friends. Like
Yeah.
Brett
I
and
gave
Matty.
I gave up in the mid 2000s.
Every
Not
weekend.
I asked him to
together.
come here, and if I put a red hat cap on Matty here now, we probably call him Red Hat Matty, but he's not. But
No, there
No,
was,
no.
but
Lot of
we
you
asked.
boys
Matty didn't
were
want to come,
tight.
but Matty
Yeah.
Matty was the next best choice, and he's been there through the years.
Yeah. And
He's seen a lot.
Not
I
all
love to
those-
share these stories. I
Yeah,
love
all
to
I
share
those
can't,
guys-
I can't believe Red Hat's not here.
not all
He-
these guys
I
ride
told you, bro,
anymore.
he was going to say
but
no.
a lot of them
gonna say
do.
no.
Some of them have kids and families and
They
stuff
loved
now,
it.
and they're
They
still
loved it.
on 20-inch.
Yeah.
Like some of the other guys, like I gave up mid 2000s. I got distracted by cars and relationships, and my injury was just. My back was just. It
was fucked, Jarad.
It's
Didn't
bad.
get it.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
fucked,
matter
bro.
what I did. I was in agony, and if you want to go to work, you can't be in agony, and then if you want to live life properly, you can't be in agony. You'll be
How do you
very
keep positive?
upset.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you keep positive?
How do
Yeah.
you stay positive in that example? Let's give you pause a minute on that.
I gave other people my time and energy and like tried to do the relationship thing, which didn't I didn't choose the right kind of people to go into that kind of business with. And then I realised that's me. That's not even them. That's me. I'm attracting the wrong kind of
Yeah.
people in my life. I need to change it.
The
So I did. I
vibrating.
spent a while changing
Different
it.
vibrations.
And then late 2000s, I got into riding again, and we built just now known as Brian's Trails, I guess, down at Selix, and that's still there now. And then I stopped again due to it just 20-inch hurts my back really quickly and for a long time. Take me 2 weeks to recover after a half an hour ride.
Gay.
So then a year and a half ago, not even probably, I started riding again. People talked me into it, and
I'm joking.
now I've got suspension,
some-
but I can ride.
Some computer's going to be
It's-
listening to this and it's going to hear him talking
I'm
about his
still-
back.
Paul,
His back
keep
and the
quiet.
20
We're going
years.
to take
He's
the mic
talking,
away
he's
from
not
you.
joking.
He's
It's going to like put. It's gonna, hey guys, going to get that. The gay and the 20-inch
Let
and his
Jarad
back's all
talk,
back.
man.
It's going, nah, it's not good.
I'm on a mountain bike now.
Yeah.
I'm building a dirt jumper, but it's
No, but more for me, it's more when you're faced with that really bad injury. How do you stay positive? How do you,
dude,
like
it was
you say,
so hard, eh? Like,
and it's been decades.
Paul doesn't
that you've
even
had to
know
live
some
with
of
that.
what I went through. Like, there would be like
I
weekends.
kind of do, Jarad.
Yeah, you know a fair bit,
Yeah.
but there were weekends where I was at home as a 20-year-old, and everyone's gone out, and I'm at home, and I can't walk.
I'd stay with you and smoke cones with you, bro.
Nah, let
but
him.
there
Paul,
was still-
That
just
builds
let
a
him go.
different
Let him
character,
go.
doesn't it?
there were still times where people just forgot I was there, and I wasn't like I was left out to some extent because everyone was just firing on all cylinders and I had no energy and it was in just epic pain. And so I'd just be like, I can't come out tonight, I'm just going to stay home or whatever. But as a young person, not being able to go out and hang out with your mates and run amok, it was pretty soul-destroying there for a little bit. But then I thought, like I said before, like changing that skills to something else. I was like,
it's character building.
Yeah, there's other life here.
Yep.
And there's so much life that there's so many things to do in this life that I don't have enough years to get it all done. So I'm going to try something else. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll try something else and so on and so on. And that's where I'm at today. But it's like BMX wasn't my path to be on or I'd still be on it. The rug was pulled out from under my feet and there was nothing I could do about it. And every time, and I pushed hard, I kept riding for a long time in super amounts of agony till it was just very clear I can't do this anymore. I'm not able to do it. And everything else I've tried in life, same thing. There's things I've tried that I can't do. Something will happen to put a spoke in my wheels and stop me in my tracks, and I'll have to find something else. And everything that I feel like I'm meant to be doing in this world that I should be doing, as I've been able to do it all these years. And when I find new things, it seems to go right. Like at the moment, I've got suspension and it takes up a lot of the back problem. Not all of it. I'm still riding in agony, but like the suspension.
It's hard to watch, bro.
Really when you go to the dirt jumps, do you want to jump them?
Oh man, there's nothing in my brain that says don't do it. There's just pain. But yeah, I'm slowly coaxing my way back to it. I'm definitely
probably one of the hardest things for watch your best mates go through that, dude. To be honest, because we were fucking tight, bro. We were digging in sketchy, fresh dirt spots. You know, we were...
The digging side of it is so addictive. Like, you know, like you're building your dreams, right?
Level,
yeah, you're building your dream.
It was like...
It's a bond.
And
and I lost it when he fucked his back. I felt empty. I was
you
like...
would drive for hours and you go, all we're doing is, we're not even bringing our bike, we're just bringing shovels.
It's the best. It's
for
so
the first
good.
3 or 4 years, me and Jad were collectively training with each other, finding soft dirt patches and sending it. And when that happened, I just got divorced, bro.
Like you lost an arm.
Like I actually I fucking felt so bad for him. I was just like, I wish there was something. I'm almost that pissed I'm gonna fucking start crying. But like it was like that, dude. Like
it's a connection.
He was up there with Jesse. I'm not gonna. I'm telling you, dude. He was, man. He was doing shit. Well, he didn't mind. Everyone didn't see it on the comp stage, but I saw it. I saw it. I seen it. I was seeing this dude. He was like, "Oh, Rudsy, let's do this thing where we can flip our bike and see if we can catch it." He was doing that like 20 years, and the boys in X Games doing it now. You know what I mean? Like he had the mind. Yeah. He had the mind where we all didn't, and it's like him and Jesse. Like they were. I don't give a fuck who you say were the leaders.
I agree.
It was him and Jesse, bro, and we didn't get to see. We only saw half of Jarad.
But I mean, like Rowan was there too. We didn't get to see all of Jarad, man. Townsend, there were heaps of us that were all pushing
Townsend,
hard.
I've been hitting him up to come and talk.
Like I looked up to those guys because they were
sending
it
like
in the early days.
Some of the shit I seen him doing,
and they also couldn't keep riding to their peak for whatever reasons. They weren't able to do BMX to their
true
get to that level that they could have got to. They would stop short, but they still ripped, you know, like...
Do you think that diversity is what... And we were all in Adelaide, that you weren't too far away weird, right? So when to push each other with a different skill set. You got this, you got this, you got that.
When you went to Queensland or you went to Victoria, they were like little groups that were segregated. And you didn't have, like, especially like in Queensland, for example, the freestylers... You weren't always
embraced.
Yeah, the freestylers didn't ride with the park riders, and the park riders didn't ride too much with the trail riders. But, like, a couple of the guys, like Clinton Collin rode everything you put in front of him, no matter what, and seemed to know everyone, and everyone knew them, and they got along with everyone. And that's why
they're still there today.
Yeah. But, like, I remember going there and people going, why are you talking to him? He's a freestyler. It's like, because I met him, like, and I know
He
him.
rides a bike.
Yeah, I met
It's
him
all
a while
family,
ago,
man.
and
It's
when I
like-
bump into him, I talk to him.
Let's all
But
come together and
Adelaide, that's how
start
Adelaide
producing
was.
some fucking awesome stuff.
And
That's
then
what it's all about.
The other states were they had skate parks far and above what we had here. So you had you had skateboarders and you had BMX riders and you had fruit booters and all that kind of stuff. We still don't have fantastic skate park facilities. We've got some okay stuff, but it's not the interstate.
We had
guys,
nothing. We had Fulham,
Yeah, that's
And
why we
Ridge
rode
Park.
dirt, right?
And
Because
then,
we could build
and
it.
then City Park.
which
So-
was a lot later.
Even the guys that you would consider like street riders now rode dirt because that's
That's
what
all they
we
had.
had. Yeah, and we made it. We made it happen. So whether it was the guys out north building stuff, the stuff they wanted, the stuff the way they
Close
wanted
to
to build it,
them. Yeah.
or it was the guys down south that had a different perspective on how they looked at it, building the stuff the way they wanted to build it. Everyone came together because we built, and that's
That's-
comes
that
the glue.
was-
And you had
that was
different
the
shaped
love.
jumps. It was.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just
We
the angles.
slowly,
Oh,
we
Town-
slowly
I
made,
think
we
Town's
slowly
next.
made the North. Sorry, Matty. We slowly made the North boys come into some
Yeah.
steep shit, and it took us a few years. I said to you on the last podcast, Zol, and I actually
Well, they
when I
never
had-
bloody had breaks.
I
the
actually
bloody
had a
idiots.
beer with Dwayne last week, Golding, and I mentioned to him, like, remember when we used to have arguments on the pen? And he's like, and we're having a giggle, you know, it's fine.
I got squirted down the street.
It was
Because you
cheap.
guys were steep. You guys were super
We were-
steep.
Oh,
Scary
we loved the
steep.
nose
We
bomb
loved
stuff,
it,
yeah.
man.
Oh, and it's the best. Yeah.
Looking
safe.
at from the
Still like
outside,
nose
looking at an outside perspective, when you see someone do a 10-foot fucking 360 and just land on the front wheel, it's just like,
Yeah,
nice week, Joel. That's what it's like. It's,
yeah, it's more
you know
like
what I mean? Like,
it's both of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
you know,
more-
and me and Jad were all about that, bro.
Oh,
like,
it's
we
like
were.
when you feel after you've done a big 360 and you just nose bombed hard and the front wheel spins like Paul was saying
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Oh,
It's the
man.
shit. Remember the tabletop at Wollonga we built?
Yeah, we had a hip there, and then
Yeah,
so
I know, but it's just the tabletop bus.
we're up at Blackwood and
Oh,
building
man,
that
that
up on the
thing was
weekend. They're building the
sick.
hip section. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that in years,
was
man.
so
It's
good.
gonna be good.
So do you think that, I'm like, this is a bit out there, but like Volatile Visions being based in South Australia brought a lot of the BMXs to a central,
We wouldn't have
I'm
met.
kind of seeing it
a central
now.
point.
I don't think I was.
And I don't.
We wouldn't have
and
met.
what I wanted
So-
to ask you, Zolly, was when you were filming interstate, was there other people interstate filming on the level like you were, like just
Colin Prody, he was
Not a
before me
lot.
with BMX. With
There wasn't a
BMX,
lot.
He pumped out a few of those.
yes.
Yeah.
Colony BMX, 100%.
There
he was
wasn't a
there
lot,
before
though.
me.
But
And I don't
Queensland's.
think.
I mean,
Wow,
people were
it's-
doing stuff, but to make a video, even in the mountain bike, there was.
yeah.
I was.
But they were
one of
hard
the
to get down
first.
here for like a long time. Like when you went to a video shop here, like or to a bike shop to get a video, you were lucky they had anything on the shelf at all. I went to get Ride one day, or Ride On, and I really wanted Ride On, and they had cheese, and I was like,
And I was just about to say, oh my god, you
gotta have
show
a
me.
video, like so I
when
grabbed it, and it
he
turned
showed
out
me cheese, and I was just like, oh my.
we couldn't then not watch it. And
The
go
last
riding,
BMX video
so-
was rad, and
Hit
it
the
was in
spot, I guess.
'86.
It was such
And
an
I was
old
just
school
like,
video.
is this what it's like now? Oh my god, like
But wasn't it Hammer Time?
no,
Was it
cheese
first?
was like
Okay.
cheese was a little bit of Sheep Hills.
But then it was Eddie Roman was about
yeah,
94-ish. That's when
a
I
lot of
kind
Eddie
of got
Roman
into
too.
it.
So you know he was there.
Because I
But-
wasn't into BMX. I
Remember
wasn't into
the-
bikes. As a young kid,
the beginning of the video,
thing.
they dig up the bike out of the dirt.
Yes,
you know?
out of the
Yeah,
coffin.
that's
Yep.
right.
Because
Yeah.
it was
BMX is
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
And now it's alive. That's when we came along. Yeah.
But it feels like, I don't know, we're not in it. We're probably not in a place to comment. But I've had Hodgie in here and Jamie Moore, and you watch stuff on there. It's maybe it's faded out again. Maybe we had such a good thing going back then.
I was
It
I was actually
was
saying
it
this.
cross keys that you set up and you said you grabbed me and Paul, so come out to this competition. I think you drove us there, and then that was would have been the day he went with
We
Cody
met.
and did
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Rennies.
met with Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we rocked up and
That one jump to the
yeah,
side.
you let
Yeah,
us
it was just-
you let
just
us put a bit
tabletop
of a
thing.
lip on the top of it because
keep
it was a
going.
little bit little. And,
We built it up.
and that's when Kim and Dwayne, maybe not Dwayne. No, I think he did.
Dwayne would have been there.
I reckon. Yeah, definitely Kim.
Anyway, they
They were
destroyed
like,
it.
because they didn't know anyone else rode. And we hadn't met them yet.
And you start meeting people. You were riding in ones and twos, and then ones and twos became threes and fours and fives and sixes and eights.
And we all started riding together.
And all of a sudden you go,
Like we actually, I think it was at Cross Keys.
Too, like.
Or I can't remember what track it was, but
there's a race. Yep, they had a race track, and they had a jump.
And we all were. Kenny was there, and we were all fucking amping each other up. There was no divide.
No Sydney divide. No,
divisive.
You're not from here. Like,
no divisive shit going on.
There
was
politics.
just a family shit gathering, and we were fucking loving it, man.
Yeah, everyone loved it. Yeah, even the guys from down Victor Harbour were there.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Tittery Gully, Gawler. There was a few of the BMX clubs embraced that
and they
opportunity,
embraced it, and it was amazing, man. It was really fucking good. It was.
Yeah, I mean, we're still. I've because I got distracted by life and a few other things, and I kind of found. You wish. Fell out from contact, and I don't do social media. I'm dead on social media. My digital footprint's pretty minimal.
Dad hasn't had a drink in 20 years, by the way.
Yeah, I gave up drinking 20 years ago this year. So.
That is worth applauding.
Fucking and weed.
And weed, yeah. It's weed since 2012.
Straight edge status.
Easy to succumb to those little stupid things.
It's
I got into CBD oil and I got sick, but that's a whole other story again too. I got cannabinoid hyperemesis, so if I have any kind of, whether it be CBD, CBDN, CBDA, THC, anything, we don't know what sets it off, whether it's all those things or one of those things, makes me sick. So yeah, I don't smoke either.
Cock.
But yeah, those times where it was like there was no politics and everyone got along with everyone. And today I bump into these people because I'm not on social media. I'm not, as in contact with people as I should be, and I've been a bit slack there. That's on me. But still friends with all these people.
We should be lifelong brothers. We have a lifelong brotherhood. Even you guys. I haven't seen you guys forever.
I hate you, Zol.
It's just like
we're all kind of coming out of community.
It is. It's a family, man. It's what is.
He's a bit of glue at the moment, though, because he keeps coming over and joining us together,
No, I'm family, and this you might hate me or love me.
I remember I was in Queensland and I didn't have somewhere to stay, and I called this. I hadn't spoken to him for 10 years, and I was doing a travelling show thing with Utes and like.
Oh yeah, you're doing the halftime show for the thing.
Yeah, I remember. And I travelled around Australia doing that, and anyway, I was in. Where was I?
Was that sheep shearing? Was that no?
No.
Sorry.
Warner Brothers halftime car shows.
Nah.
Because he's got skills.
We did like a.
It was something
it was sort of like a drifting show on grass.
Yeah.
For Utes, and we'd incorporate it into like horse riding and have a race with people on horses, and it was to do with like community shows.
Dale Braithwaite type shit.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was in Queensland and I hadn't spoken to Paul for it would have been at least, it was 10 years, I reckon.
A little while.
And I hit him up. I need somewhere to stay. He's like, yeah, come to my old man's place.
You brought a litre of Jack Daniels over.
On the couch.
Smile on his face.
It was like within 1 minute of being there.
You didn't talk about cars. Don't worry about your bloody drugs and alcohol for a minute.
No drugs, just alcohol.
Within 1 minute of being there, it was already on this level, and there was 10 years gap in between.
It was just like yesterday, bro. Yeah. It was just like yesterday.
That's what friends are like, though, isn't it? When you're friends with people, the time in between distractions in life.
It was just like yesterday.
It's not really a thing. You still bump into people, and then it would be like you spoke to them yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not really changed.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, life does get in the way. Yeah, we all get distracted.
Life doesn't get in the way when you got a litre of Jack Daniels in front of you. Pretty much like...
Well,
no,
that was the best.
No, let me get... I've got
a litre
That's it. I've got that one for Paul now.
But
you know...
I don't know who's listening to this, but if you know...
Back to you, Matt.
If you're going to meet Paul Rudd and you haven't seen him for 10 years and you think, what can I get this guy? What can my options are I'm going to be paying for a hotel room for 3 days in between shows, or I give Paul Rudd a call and see if I can stay on his couch for free. I chose Paul. I called Paul and I thought, what can I get him? I'll get him a litre bottle of Jack Daniels.
Let's fucking go.
You could travel the world with BMX buddies, couldn't you? You just have a combination. Like I've
There's still
spoken to other
people
boys in
Europe
here.
and America could
You've
just
met
ring
someone
up.
once.
Yeah.
You knew a buddy, and look, I'm a bit sorry. I'm in town. I don't know anyone, but I got a BMX. Can we hang out? I was like, fuck, come and sit on my couch.
I've got
Big
floor
family.
space.
It is a big family.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I'm going to go travelling soon on the bike. But
On
it's
your
not a
mountain bike?
BMX. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, sweet. Pump up your
It'll,
shocks and stuff.
On my 26 jump
Yeah,
bike.
with your disc brakes and all that shit. Yeah, nice. Fucking awesome.
I'm coming your way on it.
You ain't coming near my shit, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rock up. I'm just gonna be at his trails, local
No.
trails on my 26-inch. I'm not even gonna tell him I'm rocked up. I'm gonna check with his missus first.
Imagine the stories
Yeah,
he spun
Make
with
sure
all
he's
the
there
crew
that
over
weekend,
there.
you know, and just be there. And
It's like all this crew in Western Australia that don't really know ball.
Do you guys still ride today? What do you ride today?
Not mountain bikes.
I'm riding a full-size mountain bike for
Yes, correct.
downhilling because
With
I'm in Adelaide.
Dual
and
suspension.
Transport. Matt,
Yeah.
you still riding?
Yeah, so I've got a
Transport.
20-inch.
Correct, transport. All fucking
let-
night, all
What
day,
is
all
it
life.
called? I've got it's called a Hyper Wizard. So it's a real. It was
spec.
a very different bike for me to start riding. I had an S&M. If anyone from Townsville is listening here, when I was travelling through Townsville, my S&M got stolen. S&M Whammo. If that's just popped up somewhere, like
You can
that's
have
my
a
bike.
bag. Yeah.
Like,
good
anyway,
shit.
so from there, I come back to South Australia and I bought a new bike. I bought a Hyper Wizard, which is a real short rear end. It was hard to get used to. It's got profile hubs and some G-Sport rims, or it rides alright. I like it.
Paul,
And
do you
I
still
get-
ride?
Thinking of hyper.
Just keep it together, buddy, or we're going to have to send you out for the last part of the show.
I need to piss.
It's an S&M.
Should we
Warrior
take a
here.
break?
No, I'm G. S&M
I
all
could
day,
do
all
another wee
life,
break.
baby.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
go.
on the S&M. I'm building a jump bike
Let's
now.
get it.
I haven't got a jump bike at the moment, but I'm stockpiling the bits.
It's like 20
It'll be
years.
ready in a couple of months. Yeah.
Jeez.
Hang on. Here you go.
Hang on. Sorry, Zoe.
Sorry, you go.
20 years. Remember my red next gen? I had the ditchies,
Yeah, hell yeah.
I know that
everything. Had the T1000s, all that bullshit. It was all red.
T1000s, they were good, weren't they? Maddie's got a
I remember when you
brand new
rolled up
set
those
sitting
gold
there.
profile hubs at
Hang on.
Town Park.
Oh, there were Haro hubs, by the way. But I'm going to... Sorry, Matty. I'm going to go back. That was 99. My first proper S&M complete fucking build was 25 years later.
Yeah.
Was S&M your brand? If
All day.
you boys,
Oh, I
get,
rode.
like
Yeah.
All
I
day.
rode fast.
All day.
everything
Absolutely.
else is a dirty.
100%.
Why?
Matty Hodgie bought it
Why?
in.
It's just the one.
No, it was grassroots
No,
shit.
all right, I'll go into
It's
exactly
grassroots
why.
stuff, bro. It was.
BMX
Let Jarad go. Let it.
BMX started in America, and then it's spread everywhere else later on. So then you've got a couple brands in America that have been around for quite a while, building very high quality stuff. And the reason it's high quality is because you're paying master craftsmanship. You're paying for American welders to weld stuff together. You're not paying for a factory somewhere in Taiwan or China where they're just kind of like trying to copy or
It's a
emulate.
Friday night. It's a Friday day
You're paying
knockoff.
someone $40 an hour American to weld.
TIG welder frame.
Yeah,
a frame
and they're doing a very good job, and it's trustworthy and it's safe. And I remember when I started riding for S&M that Kenny Raggett he had one as well.
Hang on.
And he was like, let's have a
hey,
race.
No,
mate,
that's Jared's turn.
No, shout out to Kenny.
Yes. Oh, shit.
Big
yeah.
OGs with Kenny.
For sure.
Sorry, Jared.
He
You
says
missed
to me,
that.
Kenny, love you. I love you.
Yeah,
Kenny.
Kenny.
He
I
says
saw
to
Kenny
me,
at Sydney, and I just, man, you're the best.
He's
Such a
like,
great
I
resolution.
can't break the damn thing.
Just
You
that
give it
double-
a go.
triple
So
truck
for 2
driver.
years,
So
I tried to
double,
break
double,
it,
double.
and it didn't break. But back then, I got approached by, and I kind of was looking for sponsorship, and I got approached by another company. I won't say who
Riders.
they are because the people behind it were, so I still consider them friends now, and it was a bit kind of. It wasn't the greatest thing to say no to a good deal, but I was offered a factory sponsorship by a rather large manufacturer, but they just give me stuff. But we were breaking it weekly, and they were like, you could have this many frames a month and this many forks and that kind of thing, and it was like not bad. But then I turned that down for co-sponsorship from S&M and Megabyte to ride a product that if people saw me riding it, I felt proud to ride it, as opposed to if people saw me riding the other products, that they may well go out and buy that product and then axe
know it's gonna
themselves on it.
break.
Yeah. And that I didn't feel 100% comfortable with. But if you want to make an income from what it is you're doing and you're good at, I mean,
You need to back that
you're
product.
almost like you've almost got to do that because that's how you get paid.
Yeah,
but
the ambassador. Yeah. You
but
got to
I
believe it.
wasn't in it for the money. I was in it for the kicks and the shits and giggles and just the enjoyment
Give
of
me
it. You know?
30 seconds. We were just riding. We were very grassroots incorporated. Like, fair enough, all the big sponsors and all that shit. But Jarad still had that in his mind and still wanted to go down that path, but still taking sponsors at the same time. So
And can I say sponsors was still
I was one of the
not
first.
much.
in
yeah,
that.
Jarad-
Jarad,
it's a
he
binding
was
part, like,
getting
I was
he was getting
discount.
smashed with
I
him.
was
because a lot of people
I was
thought
getting a
sponsorship
good
was
deal.
great,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
I-
this is not like we're getting paid $100,000
Yeah,
a year to
that's
ride
right.
your bike.
It's
to
not
do
his fucking
S&M.
seven, man. You
I
know
had
what I
to
mean?
pay for it.
Yeah.
What
you
it
got
cost.
discount. You got, yes.
Yeah, what it cost.
You
is
got your
what I
flight
paid.
costs, your accommodation paid for, and then
And you
got
got
to
a
feed
profile
yourself.
within that brand.
Yeah. And then Megabike did everything the same. They gave me whatever it cost them. So I was happy to do that over a full factory. And the factory sponsorship, by the way, was paid. They were going to give me a weekly
You're
paycheck.
recognised, yes.
All over
So
it.
I was like, no. And then right towards the end, I got picked up by Kramer Helmets as well. And they were like, man, we're going to hire out an RV and send you around the country. And then we're going to the States. And then it was like, my back's gone. bro.
Opportunities
Back.
were
I was just
happening.
about to say, you
That was
fucked
a
your
rough
back.
conversation to like all
I
of a
watched
sudden.
it happen, Jarad, and
Yeah. It's like, I've got to tell you, mate, my career's done. Like,
actual
I'm
crushing.
I'm
Because it was a
toast.
time they were making, like they had the BMX bike was the thing. We've got a strong bike, but then they had the accessories. They had the helmet. They had the
Yeah,
gloves.
yeah.
They had shoes. We're
Because-
starting to be,
Oh, yeah.
this is for
We grew up
BMX.
When you
not
look at it from a
wearing
marketing
helmets.
perspective, this thing that these guys were doing was so good for marketing. Like the
they're
way they were
popular all
using
of a
the
sudden.
products.
Now helmets, like
Yeah.
kids say to me, why aren't you wearing a helmet? Because I still don't wear a helmet. And like it's socially irresponsible to not ride without a helmet. These kids are straight into it out the box. Like they're 12 years old and they're telling me off for not wearing a helmet.
I was never a fan of you guys not wearing helmets, to be
I
honest.
was
loved
just-
it. I
it's
loved it.
trail-
Yeah,
that was you.
Remember my big hair?
So it's
And I let you
trail-
get away with it, but it
It's
was
trail shit.
against my morals.
but
Oh, it's only Jarad. It's trail shit. For me and Jizza back in the day when and Jig and Maddie was there as well. Like we didn't need the helmets. I only started wearing helmets.
You need a helmet when you crash.
yeah, you only need it
a
once.
You don't know
fucking
when that's
20
gonna
kilo
happen.
coffee rock flash past my face at
One
like
head
40
crash
kilometres
and
an
it's over,
hour.
like.
And Josh at HVT's like, hey, Rudzy, it might be best you should start wearing a helmet. And I'm like,
And now he wears a
you know
helmet.
what, bro? I'm going to fucking...
That's a
I'm
good
like-
helmet too.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
got
was
badge
never a
on it.
fan of you boys. Not in all my
No, but
events. You had to wear helmets, and you
Yeah.
guys wouldn't. And you go, I'm not going to cause an argument.
Yeah,
But I
know.
was never a fan of
That's
mine.
back
I
in
just love the wind
2005.
through my hair, but it's irresponsible,
kind of,
isn't it?
You get
Like-
frowned upon very...
But you know what's not
you don't
frowned
wear a
upon
helmet,
now
man.
is general pad wear, which is what we were saying the other day.
Which is we'd always pad up, fucking
Yeah, we
knees
would.
and shins.
We would.
These kids will wear a helmet, but
Harbingers for
you
the
won't
win.
see them wear a pair of gloves. Like, what the fuck,
Big
man? Like,
fucking big
seriously,
fat
like,
boys out like this.
I think once they grow up, because this young generation right now that are ripping at
It
the
was
age of
cool.
12,
It was
they'll
cool
get to
and
the point,
uncool.
they'll get out of school.
Helmets
Yeah,
were
I don't
not
know
cool.
how to.
Pads.
Nah, but
Yeah,
these
put
kids
that
are
together.
still in school. and
Helmets were not
They
cool.
rag down on their hands. They cut their
They
hands
weren't
up
back
once
then,
every few months.
And that's kind of sad.
They go to school, doesn't stop them from doing school. When they leave school and they get to the work environment and they go
Hands
down,
are
they'll
important.
quickly learn that they can chuck some pads on and then go to work on Monday. But if you want to progress and be the best, if you're not
You
wearing
need
pads,
pads. You need them.
you're not going to get up very quick after you rag it.
If you
That's
know
true.
it's just a fun day with the mates, it's just a trail session, we're cool. But no, actually, I
If
had
you're
this
pushing.
idea, I want to do this trick today, fucking pad up.
Yeah,
They're in
and
the
it's
bag.
the same thing
They're
when
ready to go.
pros are now they're wearing a helmet, but they're not wearing all the pads to go with what they're doing. So the safety has been left behind by the progression of the sport.
Sure.
And I think now that's starting to get to a point where you got people doing double front flip bar spins and crazy stuff. Cash rolls are now just a normal trick. Like to not have pads on and be doing that over, like some of the 26-inch stuff they're doing, some of those jumps would be 45,
But aren't
50
they
feet
also
long.
wearing pads under skin-tight jeans, so it doesn't kind of look like it looks
a lot are doing
cooler.
that, but they'll still...
Our
some
shin
of them
pads
don't.
were ugly in the day.
Yeah,
you really
they're
stood
pretty
out.
low profile now.
But Jarad, how many times we would ride trails and then go to our little shitty soft digging spot and we'd have our pads in our bag. We've got
That's your
shin
soft
pads.
spot.
We've got CTRs and fucking and harbingers or...
Gosh, CTRs
CTRs
were,
were
they
the
were
day.
some quality
Gary
Shout
stuff.
out to
Patterson.
fucking
Yeah.
Gary.
Yep.
Yeah, he sponsored this as well as he did most
But-
other people, yeah.
We'd go ride trails and just tease through the
still got a
trails
set.
and then go practice for an example for Skate 98. And we'd...
And Gary's building
And-
trails now
And we've
too.
got
so
we got pads in the bag, and we'd send it. Like we're not going to eat shit, but we're going to be able to get up and do it again.
I mean,
like
riding trails, and I'd chuck on some knee pads, and people would give me a lot of shit back then. Yeah,
no,
I'd
everyone's
cop it.
expecting. Holy
think
fuck,
there's also
Jason
an
put his
element-
pads on. Oh my god, like
And I
it's
just
just
have
going
a
to
normal
bounce.
day. Like,
Hang on, Matt had a
I
little
think
comment.
there was also an element, like the sport was young. Yes, there wasn't, not many people knew what it was about, and we were so involved and so standing for that sport that it was like, check out the shit that we are willing to do for this sport. We'll risk everything.
Because you're going to land 1 in 10.
Right?
You
Straight up,
don't
man.
land the
Because
trick.
you got someone that rocks
Yeah.
up that has never seen anyone riding BMX and goes, what on earth are those
Lose
guys
their
doing?
fucking
if you
minds.
go to a
What are they do-
competition and
We
you can
were
You know,
walk,
and
a
now-
small
One at a
community.
time. See if we can do one at a time.
We're a small community, bringing BMX from the dead to the next step.
yeah,
and in those-
everything got chunkier and
Yeah,
stronger,
and that's
now
where
it's
Matt was saying,
thinner
he was
again
like-
and lighter, and
That's how it
it's
was.
strong
We
enough,
were the stepping stone. From,
Humbly. You didn't realise that that's
no,
what
we
you're
didn't.
doing.
No,
Looking
not
back,
at
you
all.
can
We
say
didn't know
that.
that. We're
Yeah,
just
the-
doing our thing.
Yeah.
The way I
man.
see, like City Skate, you got someone like on a Friday night, someone comes past who's never really seen BMX. They're standing there, they've had a few drinks, and they're like, "These guys are for real, eh? Like they are seriously, like
Not fucking about.
they got their clothes, their style, the whole thing together. It was a package of like, this is who I am, or this is who we are." And
No one else
that
is dressed like
involved
that.
involved not wearing a helmet, because if you were that serious about it and you had, and I'm like, this is a different era, and you had a helmet on, someone would be like, well, they get it wrong sometimes.
I did have an Echo. And
it felt like-
wearing
It's really
that.
interesting to hear. It's great
Yeah,
that we've
so
actually got a
he's-
younger
He's
mind
like,
here.
He's like 7 years.
No, but that
or
is-
so.
That has made this
Yeah.
conversation really good.
Yeah, it's
because
dynamic.
Yeah, because
It
he's
gives
the,
it the-
he's the next
perspective.
generation
It
down
does.
from us. That's the gap right there. So it was those guys who we started riding trails with and bumming around with in parks, and they kept it alive while we were kind of fizzing out. Like if
You
they were
fizzed out,
riding,
Jared, not me.
yeah, but like if they were riding, we'd go riding. Like, and they were younger than us, but they
I went
weren't
to the
any
city
different.
park, watched
you
you
know?
guys on Friday. I go, I want to get my bike. I want to go back and jump in the city again. You know?
Yeah.
It took me. I said it in the potty. I was drilling the boys like, "You going to the city park? Fuck you! I'm staying in digging."
City's
Like,
scary now. Fuck.
you know what I
City's
mean? Like,
scary.
I hated concrete. I was.
We just
I liked
You know
all
what
of
I
it.
mean?
I liked all of it.
hated
yeah.
it, man. I was
Yeah.
full.
You just try and do it.
spec
I'm going to try and do this. I'm there.
Yeah.
If you're there with your mates,
Always running dirt tires.
we're just
as
hanging
well,
out for the
like,
next 3
on
or 4
court.
hours.
We've got another.
Let's just fucking do
There are
whatever.
some people that rode BMX before we did that was still riding that we'd meet up with once a week at the park real late. And we call them the old schoolers because they are. And they're still collecting and riding BMXs now, and their bodies aren't working well. Arthritis in their elbows and so many health problems, and still collecting, still riding, still love it. Still, some of them are still tinkering in their sheds, just building custom stuff,
Tricky.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah, but you know, like I
Shout
saw.
out to Tricky.
You know, the coolest photo I ever saw in my life was Rob Crafter bloody doing a panty down at Linton back in the early 80s.
Rob
Oh,
Crafter's
wow.
part of the
Who?
mountain bike
Gosh.
community.
Who?
Rob Crafter.
Yeah.
Who?
God,
Rob?
that was
He
the
let off. He let
coolest-
Craftworks mountain bikes in South Australia.
Yeah, right.
Made some fucking
Yeah,
amazing
him
stuff.
and his
Rob
brother,
Crafter.
they were
sick.
riding early 80s.
There's a
like,
shout out there.
Dave was riding early 80s as well. He's got
Yeah.
some. He's got some equally
Legend
cool
in South
photos.
Australia.
Yeah.
too.
OGs of the
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
Like he did demos in
That's
the full
bad.
uniform with the tufts, and it was like, that's as a kid watching that stuff on the occasion when you managed to get a something on the screen, whether it be TV or a movie or something, it was like, wow, like it's different. It was bicycle motocross. Today, it came from racing and
BMX.
Then today,
bicycle motocross.
Racetracks aren't
OG
dirt.
roots, man. That's what's up.
I think BMX went downhill when Clips got involved.
Should have been a C. Should have been a C. That should BMX.
It's now.
I went to Happy Valley the other day. It's like almost bitumen.
Yeah, it's bitumen. Everything's bitumen.
That's rough to rag on.
It's no longer.
Give a fuck about the downhills, bro.
But that's not bicycle motocross anymore. That's racing. And that's a different
fast.
thing. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. I understand that the facilities look after themselves once you build it like that, but the whole idea of having a community where you can maintain, build, and look after a racetrack and race on it, it seems to have evaporated. And that's what BMX started from. That's what BMX means.
And it's closing down and it's getting smaller and smaller.
It's a fine community. And like Jarad said, like there's people building, the younger generation. It takes a lot for a younger generation that has iPads and all that bullshit to be able to see and look into what it takes to keep a trail and to keep.
You didn't have
going
phones.
On because
you didn't have a phone or iPad, so you have to go ride your bike.
Exactly. These kids didn't have to spend their time outside of fucking internet.
I'm bored. What am I going to do? I'm going to go ride my bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Whereas now I'm bored,
YouTube, I'm
going to watch my phone.
Or I can play video games, which I mean, I still play video games.
It's very hard now to find committed OGs that want to fucking build, man. And there's at Fulham, like
today,
Oscar.
There's a lot of people that we ride with that have kids, and their kids are ripping at like 10, 12 years of age. And they're out there helping to build trails. And we're just starting to come back together, I think, in South Australia's trail builders. And there's a few people that were building for years on their own that have been doing it themselves.
I think maybe it's coming back.
I think it's happening. I'm seeing these dads coming out with their shovels,
extremely slowly.
I think it's had a lull.
It's not BMX racing.
Had a low.
It's had a dip.
It's had a massive dip.
Riding,
Like the place you were talking about building, and I imagine it was the bottom earlier you were speaking about. Like when I went there and I was welcomed into this group of people and these trails, it was so smooth and so amazing. And then it got to like, the sun's going to go down in an hour and a half. And it was, we got to stop riding now. We've got to patch all the jumps, get the water out, water all the jumps, shape everything. And it got to the level where you had to go and get a bucket of dust. Like I was a young guy.
Just knew.
Someone would be like, yeah, we need dust. I'll go and find some dust somewhere to dust the jumps.
Exactly, but that's a skill.
It was almost like getting
respect
shared knowledge.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Shared knowledge.
And no one complained about it either. It wasn't
otherwise it's going to crack or it's going to crumble. We need to do this tonight, and tomorrow we do this.
Like the first people that arrived at the bottom in the morning, it was their job to start watering. And if you got there 20 minutes before everyone else, that's 20 minutes of soaking.
Yeah, if you went local, you're watering and fucking padding.
City Track tried to do that, and that's too many people there now.
We were pretty fucking Nazis back in the day.
I've
bashed people,
and that's why the trails work.
I've bashed people for smashing shit at the trees. I've walked up to the trees.
After us, they tried chaining stuff off. That
and I just anyway, I'm not going to go into that negative stuff, but like it was Nazi, but it was what you needed to hear and what you needed to do.
No, it wasn't Nazi.
Discipline.
It was
a hard.
It was discipline.
Yeah.
It was discipline. And it was hard, but it was
no
truth.
soup for you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's how it fucking works.
Facts.
You could come down without building to a lot of trails, but you would have to get into it.
I've done it your way and it didn't work.
You have to do it.
This is the way that makes it work.
You have to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be frowned upon.
Tomorrow the trail's going to be crumbled and in winter it's going to turn to shit.
Imagine rocking up to a fucking trail that people have spent 20 years at and you're just hanging up on shit and just...
Which was where mountain bikes got frowned upon because they would come and ride your BMX jumps.
I'm just talking anybody. Like, if you're going to spend your day on the trail, at least spend some time to water and patch your...
Be grateful for the people that built it.
I mean, that's still happening to some extent today where the kids on the mountain bikes just rock up and they don't care about the facilities.
Dig before you ride.
But
dig before you ride.
Like, and I'm only getting to know these guys a little bit. Like Nigel and Callum from City Dirt, I've sat there and watched them talk to the young mountain bike kids.
They're brilliant.
And such a fantastic way to not give them shit, to teach them. this is what we do to look after this stuff. Have you ever done this? Look, this is how this is why we're doing it this way. This is how you do it. And then it's maintained. And then when you come back, you can ride stuff, you know, and that it's good to see because a lot of those kids are pretty receptive to it. There are others that
Not back in the day, dude.
Well,
no, don't. We've just made it. Don't ride it. No, it needs to wait a couple of days. Just be patient.
Just be patient.
Yeah, they didn't understand
look, this weekend maybe not the best weekend to ride it. We'll be ready for next weekend. You can ride it all summer as well.
No, it's there. I can ride it. No.
We used to get a lot of people riding stuff as soon as we'd left before it was ready. And
we'd have the families because of the city park. The kids would be using the jumps as a slip and slide.
And I'm sitting in a bath with a knife in my neck just going, I want to kill myself. Like, fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
the people we've dug and the parents are having a barbie.
so many hours doing
and
shit.
And the kids are climbing up and down the jump. We're saying, please get off. And the parents are ready to have a fist fight. It's like, no, we've just been digging here.
That's why we're spending...
Just take your 6-year-old off the jump.
We're putting chains across our shit with fucking... nails in wood.
It's like not a slippery slide.
Booby traps from fucking 1978 from Vietnam type stuff, bro. I'm over it, mate. Like,
yeah,
you come on
were
trails,
you in Vietnam?
Sorry. Dude, it got to the point,
we've had whole sets of doubles removed overnight from trails, you know, where we haven't chained them up.
I started losing my shit, man.
I
saw the trees was chained up at just one stage. Like the big sets through the middle of the trees. I've gone there and I couldn't even, at this stage, I couldn't pedal fast enough to hit a jump that was that size. Like, I did not have the weight in my body to go fast enough to jump it. Yeah. But I loved going and seeing it. I'd like look around it. There was other cool lines there and stuff.
For a little while there, we had crazy tech stuff at the front instead of chains, and that was a way of slowing
it. That was that
double pump.
You experienced that,
and that was cool. But then there was a set, there was poles concreted in front of this set with a chain, and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. We were well over it, Zol.
You were. Sorry, can I interrupt? I'm busting for another wee break.
Yeah, same.
And then we're going to come back. We'll wrap this up because everything's going to be flat in a minute. But we're going to come back with some even better. This has fucking been so much fun. This is. We're really getting into the conversation now. I'm really enjoying this. I really am.
To be honest, we've only scratched the surface too.
We have. Yeah.
Let's take a break. We're going to come back. We'll do some more.
Cool.
We're back.
That was awesome. Jesus. Props to you, but that was sick, dude. Well done. That was perfect fucking timing. So
we're back from a break. We have a presentation. I'm just going to wind the music down. This has been a very important moment for Paul. He would like to do this, and Paul and me.
Correct.
And could I just take this time to tell the listeners this has been an awesome experience for me to meet some guys, some kids that I met as little rabbly shitty BMXers, and now to be able to talk to them today. This is fucking awesome. And here we go. Cheers to you all, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
This is fucking cool.
Spending the last 30 fucking years of awesome.
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah. Don't worry about Paul. But no,
of course,
Paul, you got something to say?
Yes.
Drop that mic down a little wee bit.
So we all knew from our last potty, if you haven't watched it already, I gave Zolly the very special moment of coming integrated of a very awesome group of people that have shown their years and dedication to BMX. Not only that, and mountain bikes and the whole Two World community. Zolly has been there for everything from 96, 94?
Mid-90s, yep.
Mid-90s.
94-ish was my first when I started.
And, and I'm joking, dude. And Jarad...
No.
And Jarad, definitely. Jarad...
Trying to make this good. Come on, this is important.
And Jarad, obviously, and everyone knows he deserves this and he needs to come into the group. You have my son, Sons of Arthritis, Ibuprofen chapter badge.
Oh, this.
And 10% off all servos on fuel, even though I don't have a car, but that's okay.
Oh, dude.
Put that into the front of the GoPro there, Jarad. Flop that in front there and show that to the GoPro because an elite club. We are part
Maddie,
of an elite club.
You would have got one, but you're not over 35, mate. I'm sorry.
Sons of Arthritis, Ibuprofen chapter.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I made these myself from Frio Markets for $5 each.
It's sick, dude.
A very elite group, bro.
Very elite group.
Nice.
So whenever you go
I
to the
didn't know you
servo
could
to
do
fill up
this.
your e-bike and your fucking mountain bike,
I got one
Right.
too. I'm going to put a patch on mine. I've got a little vest. I'm going to be sticking some patches on there.
Yeah, cheers.
there's only
All right,
about
boys.
14 of us.
We're going to wrap up this part of our awesome conversation. You know, we're in the next. We're not the next minute.
Rapping, but yeah.
In the close time
6
period.
hours.
But could I flick your minds back to a time when each of you had a bad moment? If there's someone listening and they can take a bit of inspiration because you were in a shit spot and you got out of it, how did you do that?
Can I go first?
Please
man.
do.
Because last potty, I threw it out of my brain. I didn't really want to go back into these times of my life. But I had a pretty severe brain injury, like bleeding of my frontal and left, rights of my lobes. I was kind of starfish like Maddie. Just joking, cunt. I was kind of fucked. I was in hospital for like 3 or 4 weeks. I was pretty bad. I got king hit from behind because my misso had a dope peachy ass. No offence to her, or soul, but this is how it went down. Some drunk people went past us as we were walking across the
That's like
street
the
light.
Garden of Unearthly Delights or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was in the Rundle, and I was in hospital for 3 weeks. I lost like so much weight. I was really, really bad. And Mikey, you know Mikey Moore.
Yeah.
He come and visit me. A few other friends visit me. My mum actually come and visit me, and she lived all the way in Tassie. That was
You got
probably
king hit from behind, like you got punched in the head
actual
from behind.
king hit. But
Yeah, but then
the
his head hit a brick too. That was like
it was the
spiked
corner
bricks.
of the road, the gutter bit.
Oh, right,
So there was
okay.
witnesses in their
Yeah.
car that actually went to court with me, and they could hear me with windows closed, and they could hear me. My head hit the ground. That's what they said in their statement. Like, I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, so yeah, that's probably up there with my
Yeah,
worst.
lost lives. And how did you? That's your example that you know you can get through it. How did you get through it?
A lot of Call of Duty, to be honest. There's a lot of Call of Duty. I'm not going to lie. I sat at home on computer games, and it kind of
So you used
you're using your finger to your brain, like you're using finger to brain calculations through your electricity through your body. You know what I mean? Like, so it was actually good training for me, even though it might sound like I'm just being a lazy.
Getting your eye-hand coordination.
Yeah,
just
so it
getting your
might
brain.
sound like I'm lazy, but I'm a big gamer. Like, I do league racing on my sim. Like, I'm like top 1 million in the world. I'm pretty
Yeah.
actually good.
Nothing wrong with gaming when you can't ride, You know, gotta do something.
I'm not even going to go there, Jarad.
My house
But that's
is
an example.
filled with
But someone else can feel that. And so you hit a low spot.
I did,
That's
yeah,
a
and I
little
have
low
many
spot in your
times.
life.
And I've got multiple hobbies. I don't try to put all my eggs in one basket. So I've got my graffiti, I've got my BMX, I've got art, I've got drinking
beats.
piss.
So you got to look forward to that. How do you? But you wake up in the morning and you go, "Fuck, I can't even get out of bed."
Well, eggs and bacon's a good fucking opportunity with maple
Start
syrup.
with that.
Let's start with that. Crispy, delicious. Who
Think of-
doesn't like
You love
delicious,
maple syrup,
crispy
don't you?
chicken with maple syrup? Come on, man. Like,
So you got to look forward to something, even if it's a small
little
idea.
things.
Just a
It's the little
positive
things,
outlook
though.
on
You know,
life,
man. You've been in bed with broken bones.
Yeah.
Plenty of times, bro. Like, and we probably didn't have the internet back then either. So
But it's just your personal example of how you deal with that.
computer. I'm
That was your thing.
I'm
That was
a
your thing.
gamer.
That was your thing,
I
Matt.
love games.
A shit time in your life. I mean, there's plenty. We've all got plenty. Can you put your mind to one when you're stuck in that rut? What put you there? What got you out of there?
I really can't pinpoint something that's happened to me like that. Like,
Work, relationship, bikes. It doesn't have to be a bike thing. You have a bad day.
Matt's a bit of a tinkerer. He likes making shit. Like,
Matty's pretty.
Okay, you tinkered with it and it didn't work. You tried to make your car think, and it didn't work. You stuffed that fucking whatever it was.
Before Matty says anything. Sorry,
No, let Matty go. Let Matty go.
No,
all right,
5 seconds. Before Matty
I
says
guess-
anything, he was the chiller. He's not out there like me and Jared busting fucking new breaking tricks. He was a styler. He
Sure.
had steez.
But everyone has bad days.
He does, yeah.
So Matt,
yeah.
how do you get out of your bad day?
I can't answer it.
You
I
can't think
don't
of a
know.
bad
Yeah,
day. You've
I-
had no bad days. You're a lucky man.
Drink coffee, smoke a bong.
No.
Or even don't drink like just sometimes think
coffee.
I'm not drinking coffee.
Coffee's
No,
good.
I stopped
I
I
hate
stopped
coffee.
eating
I
meat
like
for
coffee.
Coffee's
I've had like a
Let him
vegan
go,
diet
let
for
him go.
4 years. Then I started eating meat again. And then like it was almost I don't know, like
Tastes like
just
liver,
I don't-
when you first eat
no,
it
that
again.
way of progressing in life is to take a concept and run with it and see where it
Yeah.
takes you.
And it,
See where it takes you. See when you actually do it, where it takes you. And if you don't like it, doesn't mean you're locked in that forever.
Yes, can't.
You can
Different
take
for
another
everyone.
path
Yes, right.
if you want to.
I think if you're vegan, though, you kind of lock yourself.
Is that
But
just
no.
me
Well,
or
okay,
a BMX
you
thing?
Nah.
look at that with the vegan thing.
let him go.
And
This
then,
is
No, I'm
and
just mucking around.
then so this is getting out there, but like going vegan and then using hallucinogenics. I don't know, it's a PG program, but
I don't know.
you're connecting with something, and you
Yeah.
you know, one of the times I felt
Wakes you up.
it made me feel like I could feel the pain
You're talking
of these
marshies.
animals that are being farmed. I'm not saying about an animal dying to be eaten, but where its whole purpose is only to live in that farm to then be eaten.
To be consumed.
Yeah, it was very hard to be on that level in an hallucinogenic. I don't know.
I like
don't know.
hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
For full disclosure, I'm fucking all for
Yeah.
something like that. You
Yeah,
know, no
like
problem.
having
you can
that spiritual,
see
having that
more.
connection out there.
Are we
yeah,
going to have some DMT
absolutely.
after this? Or?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, right. My bad.
So
This is.
I think
This
I'm
is.
joking.
I like to see where this is going.
So possibly when you're saying about a bad day, hallucinogenics may have actually, they saved the day for me a little bit. I was very, very.
Well, then
like-
you haven't used them in a bad way.
Hang on, let him go.
No.
Let him go.
Like as a young guy, like, and through a lot of this BMX time, through the teens and the 20s, I was a very surface person. I wasn't a deep person. I didn't look behind the scenes. I
He
was
was very friendly, but not outgoing.
It's
but
Matt's
enough.
turn. You've had your turn.
And in doing that,
He was though.
like, yeah, I was always smiling, I was always
Yeah,
laughing,
very happy person.
and like nothing really got me down. And then someone said, like, why don't you try hallucinogenics? And that's what really tipped me at like late 20s. I was like, fuck, there's a lot more to this place than just
What's the example of the
fives.
hallucinogenic?
Basically mushrooms.
Mushrooms? I'm all for mushrooms.
No,
Yeah,
so,
don't.
Went
so
hunting
still
last
cyber,
weekend.
Don't
Yeah.
don't feel bad about it.
No, I
Because
have no
it's
Yeah.
not like you're sitting there
non-disclosure statement on that.
absolutely out of control, can't stop using them. You've had some mushrooms.
It's for
and
spiritual purposes.
You've had spiritual
exactly.
experiences with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I haven't
No,
told
Paul,
the story
you're
of the
out.
mushy
No,
lady.
Paul, you've had your turn. No, Matt's talking.
So I think, like, there was a stage in my life where I called up a friend and I said, I'm driving in my... I had a few friends die. The motorbike crash happened. 2 people died at a party of mine on motorbikes. I had a head-on collision without helmets on, and they both died.
Fuck.
I was spiralling down. There was alcohol was just coming in hard. It was drink your way out of everything. And that wasn't working. And I called a guy one night and I said, I'm in my car and I've considered driving off of Lonsdale Highway into a tree. And he goes, go to the hospital. And so I did. I went to the hospital. They didn't help in any way. Yeah, I'm not saying that they don't help in any way, but when I spoke to another person, they said, try hallucinogenics. That gave me another lease on life. It actually really did. I was like, there's so much undiscovered out there. And that was a tipping point for me that made me very positive. And I look back on my past and I laugh a lot about the way that I was through my teens and through my 20s. And I think, fuck, like, how did I... Yeah, so loose.
And look, there's
So
a lot of
loose.
information out there for people. This is not what this is about. This is, but get your own research, do your own research, but
Talk to someone.
talk to someone.
Talk to your mates.
And there
Reach
are
out
alternatives out there. Where this is no medical advice.
That's what humans are here on Earth for, to help each other, man. It's what we're primarily here for, is to help each other.
It's part of nature.
It's a part of our nature to help people, man.
And so that's helped you out. That's
absolutely.
That's a part of that. And that's in the past now.
Yeah,
you
that's
can move
right.
forward.
Yeah, it's something that there's no addiction there. It was a part of the puzzle that was needed. Yeah,
you're looking for opening your brain a little bit further.
It makes you grow, man, into a better person.
I agree. Jarad, you?
Yeah, it's equally a tough one to answer.
It is.
I've had some pretty low moments, and I've had some pretty stupidly high moments.
Some very low moments, Jarad. I've seen you in some fuck situations, dude.
Yeah, but I've got through it all, right?
Yeah, fucking over.
So, like, how did I deal with that to get through it?
It's not like you wake up tomorrow, but it takes time.
I really enjoy helping people. I don't give a shit about money. Like, I actually don't care about money. And I'm an unusual person in that I'm not lonely. And I can be out of a relationship for extended periods of time, no problem at all. That doesn't bother me. I could go camp on a mountain and be by myself for the next 10 years. I'm good with that. But
mad smiles.
it's like, at some point I had to realise that anything that was coming back on me in a bad way was my own doing. It's not other people. Brilliant. It might have been people around me, but it wasn't it's up to me to solve this, to do something about this and to change this. And if I don't like my life and I wake up in the morning and I don't do anything to steer it in a better direction or the direction I'd like to go in, then I'm really not living life. So, like today...
If everybody did that, the world would be a better place.
But I really like helping people. So, like, even some... my brother, he won't ask me to help him out on his farm. But I'll just go there and help him out if I'm down there, because why not? So when someone says, I need a hand with something, I don't mind helping. If I can help, I'll help. I'm totally there. I don't want any money or anything like that. And
you got to ask sometimes, people, don't you?
That's a lot of people don't
like asking.
Yeah, people don't like asking.
Be vulnerable.
Everyone thinks like you've got to trade to get anywhere. And so, like today, I work in community housing, and I might wake up tomorrow and not have a job in community housing anymore. This could happen, but I really enjoy my interactions with people that aren't travelling that well in life, but then they've kind of won a golden ticket in that they've got maybe
they need to kick the butt, Jarad.
For some of them, the first time they've ever had their own home that they haven't had to share with someone else, their own space. And talking to these people at work, that's really given me a good perspective on life. And that's
some people aren't strong enough for a kick in the butt some days.
Yeah,
what Jared's saying,
you've got to lead by example.
He's doing it the nice
way.
Yeah, but sometimes you do need to snap your foot off up someone's ass. But
you could do it.
That doesn't work for everyone
every
time.
Listen.
You can do it in a nice.
Yeah, sometimes there's tactful ways, and sometimes you can't. You've not got to be tactful on purpose.
Some people don't like the tactful way, man.
For me, like seeing myself and a lot of these people that are struggling and just finding their feet. That's been massive for me. Like the money I get while I'm there, it's not as important as the interactions I have while I'm there. So yeah, I don't know. I've been through a lot of hard times, and it's just for me waking up and going, right, what do I want to choose for myself? Where do I want to go? And like I said, I'm not really giving two rats about money, to be honest. There's a lot of things you can do in this world. There's more things I can do in this world that don't require actual money, then I have minutes in my life to even get close to doing.
That's a good perspective.
So
primarily being happy, bro.
I just go and get money to go and do more things I enjoy while I can do them too.
That's my
I've learned how to save money. Having said that, that's something I never learned growing up. That would have been a nice skill to know when I left school, for example. But it wasn't my path to do that.
Yeah, I'm shit at that.
Yeah, now I'm okay with it. But again, like, I don't know tomorrow I'm not going to wake up with cancer and be dead in 3 months or whatever. So I kind of live most days like this is...
That could come too.
Yeah. Like if I've got the opportunity to do something, I'm going to take that opportunity and do it these days. Yeah, absolutely. Life's so fun.
Still
oh
humble.
my God.
Still
And
humble,
there's
Dad.
something I've learnt as well, which I took for granted for a long time, is like you did Pleasure Farmers, which is a good name. It's actually a fantastic name because finding fun, some people don't know how
That's
to
a
do
good
it.
name.
Yeah.
Pleasure Farmers.
It's a
Like,
skill.
how did you come
it's
up with
actually
that
a
then?
life
That
skill.
was
Lenny
through my head
Kravitz.
before we came here.
Lenny Kravitz.
Really?
Straight up.
One of
a
his
Lenny
lyrics?
Kravitz song.
One
yes.
of his lyrics?
Pleasure Farmers
Yeah.
in the Sky. It's like,
But
Pleasure
like
Farmers.
how Jared said, that's like
It's a
actual-
life skill.
When
Like,
you,
Pleasure farmer.
when you look into the words, you're pleasuring
Yes.
happiness and all that shit, and it's fucking gorgeous.
Planting
bro.
those
Yeah.
seeds.
It's what the key factor
Fun.
for life is if you want to be happy, man. Like
Gotta
Yeah.
plant the seed.
you're farming it, man, and it's
Fun.
Sorry, Jared.
Nah, that's it. Just find fun. Look for it, find it, pursue it.
We've found a lot of that together, dude.
Yeah, and spread
We've
it.
Found a lot together,
It's hard
dude.
not to spread the love when you're having fun.
Very happy
It's
memories
really
with Jared.
hard.
A
Yeah.
lot of memories with you, dude.
Well, we've had some crazy times together, like ridiculous
Plant
stuff.
that seed and let it spore and let it
No, I froth.
spread. And
Jared doesn't understand. Like, I froth him, man. Like he's
It's a
Or is it
community.
the
he's a brother to
mycelium?
me, man. Like
The
legit.
mycelium
Yeah.
under the
Very deep.
surface. It just
Very.
Oh,
he might
organic.
talk shit on electric.
organic. Get
He
into
might
the
talk shit on about how
psychedelics
these
and
wires are going
understand.
into this capacitor and all this other shit, and I'll listen to it. But at the end of the day, I will never look back on and feel that didn't want to be a part of
Yeah, look,
what
you
we did
actually
together,
asked me
man.
about-
Like,
Our life together. Yeah.
we did. We
All
lived
of
together
us.
for a long time. We were living and breathing BMX, man, and the shit I seen him do was just like brain melting.
Inspirational through.
Like, if he landed everything he did on a soft piece of shit fucking dirt landing, he would have taken first place everywhere. And I'm not fucking joking, man.
But I never got.
Hey, Jared, I'm gonna say it now.
None of you boys are ever going to blow your own horn.
Jesse was here.
And Jesse wouldn't blow his horn. Kim wouldn't blow his horn.
I'm
None
saying,
of you
man,
boys
Jared
would.
was a little bit above.
Jesse's a theoretical.
You're all
Jared was a
humble,
little
quantum
bit
beautiful
above
physicist now,
Jesse,
right?
and I'm not here to bias. I'm
No, it's not a competition. It was never
Jesse was cool, but Jared was. We were trying bike flips in fucking '99, bro. He's like, let's try this thing where we'll flip the bike around. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
And he
but
goes,
it's more
watch
than
this.
that. It's more than that. It is.
His brain was like computed for
And they're all different.
2076.
Yeah.
And how did you guys, Ollie? With it? Like, I'm imagining you've got this Bedford van,
No disrespect.
and
to
these
Jesse.
guys are throttling their bikes in your van, and you
Bedford
go on a
van.
spot.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
just love seeing you guys
That
do
was rad,
what
man.
you
It was
could
epic,
do.
man. It was
Because I
fucking-
could never do it. And I could watch you guys. And then, fucking, that's amazing. I
It's
want to
best-
show more people.
we all fed off
I want
each
to
other,
show
didn't we?
more
Like-
people that. Like, there's only 2 of us here. That's fucking, no one's done this. Let me
remember-
show more.
you
Let
were
me show
asking-
someone else. And fucking 30 years later, we're showing more.
Imagine
we're sharing these
150 years
stories.
later, and all these cunts are like, rah, rah, rah. But then we had this 30-year gap of just...
I think maybe it's coming back to smaller. I think
that's
it's
what
got,
I'm trying to say.
It's got
like
really
we're-
big. I
we
think
had
maybe it
groups
needs
of
to
people
come.
like bringing and building
But they're coming back now.
back up.
You
That's
saw,
what I'm saying. Like,
just
we
to be
started it
simple
in
again.
fucking
You
98,
just
bro.
need to be
like,
simple again.
You saw the
We were
guys up
fucking
at,
there, man. We were doing it.
So the guys up in Blackwood are a mixture of our old friends and the guys that have been the caretakers of Paramount. Because Paramount's never really had an owner. Like, we call them Woodcroft.
Woodcroft.
Changing the
Woodcroft.
guard. Yeah, Woodcroft.
I
Yeah.
call it
But
Woodcroft.
there's always been someone there going there and building and investing time in it. And now it
about
looks
Brett
like everyone's
Grantham?
gone up to Hawthorne Dean at the moment from there because they're building out of dirt. It's also one of the most epic, nice places that's public.
That
you
place
could
has so
ride.
much space for goodness.
And it's
And
got that slight downhill.
There's so much
Apparently
space for
the-
goodness. It's
you know,
just uncapped.
one of the major players in Adelaide, Nigel, he's gone on to other things. And
Nigel. Respect to
he's-
Nigel.
City
If
Track,
he's watching this,
100%.
bro,
He's
I want to
stepping
get him
down
on.
now.
Nige, please come on my podcast, Nigel. You and Callum.
Yeah.
can all do fun
but Callum's staying with it. Now they've got Biz.
Nigel,
So Biz and
respect.
Callum are like
I've hit him up.
looking after
Yeah,
the
make it happen.
he's get on
city.
here, dude.
And
Get on here.
like just the other day we were there. How many of us ended up being there?
Yeah.
You know,
Just
people
for
couldn't
chill.
even keep away from the shovels.
Yeah.
And, like I think now it's kind of come full circle.
I
and
made
never
it. I
did
made
that.
here.
We're all
I
starting to come
made a
back
video
together.
at it the other day, and more people watched a video of someone shoveling dirt
Yeah.
than in when I made a video. When I made Pleasure Farmers,
Yeah.
more people watched a video that I made Friday night with
Guns
my
are frothing
drone
as well.
than I did 30 years ago. That I
told-
could ever
I told
dreamed.
you, bro.
I could have never dreamed. Oh, if 100 people watch this, oh, that's amazing. If I could never think 500 people or 1,000 people would watch this in a lifetime, and then 1,000 people see it in
I
a
said
day.
to Jarad,
It's amazing.
I said to Jarad, who's not the perfect person to bring in a mid-school podcast? Like, who... You've done the filming, man. It's half that's done. Like, you're ready
all
to
there.
go. You're ready
Yep.
to go, bro.
Ready
Like,
to go.
You're the... And I remember 3 years ago, someone needs to bring in a
I did
mid-school
think
podcast.
I was the man for the job,
Someone
but-
needs to come in and start making a
Definitely.
podcast of bringing all the Adelaide crew together and making something out of what we did
But
back
this,
in the day. And
this is kind of like a modern day competition, isn't it? You know, like this
Souls
is kind
all
of
over,
bringing
bro.
people
It's
together
fucking awesome.
again.
Just sharing.
Whether you're sitting here
It
or
is.
you're
Love
watching
for
on
what we
YouTube.
do.
for the
Yeah.
love that we share.
Yes.
It's fucking amazing.
It's never about a
man.
competition or
No.
whatever. No one's
No, but
trying
that's
to
the
one up.
thing
It's
with-
just, but you just
No,
look
collaborating
together
on
and
our
coming
love.
together, yeah.
Love it.
Collaborating love together. That's
And
what it
we've
is.
got different. You don't actually have to be. I mean, you could be in a hospital bed watching this and understanding some of it, and maybe not understanding other bits of it, but totally getting into it too. Because of media and the way that you can use media today,
Kinda
it's
fucked
got
it up,
it's got a
didn't
bigger
it?
audience. So years ago, we used to have to get together for a jam.
Yeah.
And this is like a modern day jam where we
Yeah.
can. You've got different platforms of looking at it. You know,
No
so
video cameras.
bit by bit, I think.
Everyone's got a camera today.
No, but when, like Jared's talking about back in Coro or bottom days, we'd have jams together, but if we were doing that today, we'd getting fucking viral, man. I'm not joking. Like,
Yeah,
If
but then you got
we
people
didn't-
there
we
just
didn't
coming
have
to
the
film.
social
It's
media
just like,
back
no,
then.
we
We
want to
were-
ride.
we were just
Right.
riding for the fucking love of riding, man. And I'm not trying to say we
God,
should have done
looks-
it today and get
some
all
of
the
the
love
stuff we
and
got
likes
up
and
to.
loves,
Good
all that
heart.
bullshit.
Yeah, and
We were
it's-
doing it for us.
Pretty
we were doing
ridiculous.
You weren't doing it to show off.
And
None of
from
you were
my
doing it to
perspective-
show off.
From my
No, no, it
perspective,
was
I
just
can
the
see
art.
that
for us, bro.
you
It
weren't just
wasn't-
there filming these guys. You were in the community
Pumping them up.
in BMX.
sick, man.
You know what I mean? These guys have full respect for you. It wasn't like you were a media company and they were riders. It's a community of people that made that happen.
Yeah.
And that respect is there still to this
They
day.
got a bit
Where
shitty
were-
when I sold
It was
off
very
too many
special time.
T-shirts. And you thought, oh, you're selling all these T-shirts, you're getting rich. It's like, no, that
Nah.
never happened.
I don't know
Never
who,
happened.
because I had a pair of the shorts, like the fluffy shorts, and I loved them. Well, when
Yeah,
I put
heaps of
those
people
shorts
love
on,
the
I was just
shorts.
like, yeah, this is the day. Like it's a Saturday or a Sunday, and I'm living in Corolta Park, and I'm riding to Tea Tree Gully to.
In
You
fair
know,
shorts.
I'm calling up. I'm calling up 5-6 people. Let's get together. Let's go to Tea Tree Gully. You know, and that's another story I wanted to say was like just the culture of BMX that I'd want to ride to City Skate, like from Corolta Park, and a mate of mine that rode as well. He lived like halfway to Glenelg, so the opposite way.
Jesus
and
Christ.
I'd call him up. I'm like, let's go to City Skate, and he'd be like, oh, I don't know, I gotta ride to you, and I'd be like, I'll ride halfway to your place, and then we'll ride to the city.
meet in the middle.
Yeah,
We used to
but I'm
ride
riding the
a
wrong
lot.
way. Like I'm riding towards Glenelg.
Opposite direction, because you're that
to
desperate
get someone to
fucking
have
get your
someone to
crew
ride
together.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and,
also
then,
it was-
and then having a great
How's your
day.
energy level that you could do that and then go riding all day?
Yeah.
Like, and today,
Hectic. Actual hectic.
I don't think people travelled those sort of distances. Like the other day, they're like, Curdy's like, yeah, I'll give you a lift back to the city. We're up at Hawthorne Dean. I'm like, no, I'm riding home, man. The sun had gone down. I'm like, no,
It's
I'm
downhill,
riding
Jared, and
home.
you're on a mountain bike. That doesn't fucking count.
It's
Settle
not
the fuck
downhill to
down.
Belair.
It's downhill, and you're on a big one.
He
Settle
doesn't even
the fuck
remember what it's like
down.
because we used to do it all the
You gotta
time.
dra-
Stop the
Rally, bro.
dissing, Paul. That's enough of that. Keep it positive,
Oh my
buddy.
God,
You
he's
know,
going
it's-
downhill from Belair. Come
Yeah,
on.
what, down
Yeah.
Old Blair Road, but then it's like,
I suppose
all the way
he's
to the city.
76. My bad.
But it's because I like the distance riding as much as the riding too. I want
It's
the fitness
riding.
and the health, yeah.
It's just, we're riding.
Yeah.
We're on a bike.
I'm riding.
I'm on an
a
e-bike, and all
yeah.
my mates diss me because I'm on an well, I'm riding. Let's just still riding.
What about
But,
the
you know,
skitching,
it
the
opens
skitching
up-
king of
It opens up
Australia?
possibilities,
He's got
you
a
know,
boost.
like,
What have I got?
Skitching
The
is
skitching
called
king.
hanging onto the back of the
He's
cars,
skitching
but we're not going to go there.
Oh,
We're not going to
skitching?
go there
he
because my
still
tapes.
sketches.
Yeah, why not?
Ah.
I've got some few. Why not, Zol?
We're nearly 3 hours in here,
gives
and
a
everything's
fuck?
nearly dead. I've run out of editing time. Like my tapes, everything's going to go
That's
flat.
still flashing.
Paul's Stitching is like an episode in itself.
2 news medias on 2 different states. I'm all over
But
it.
can I say, I think we're going to come to the wrap up.
Yes. Sorry.
This has really been so much. I didn't know what to expect. I caught up with you. I said, we're going to catch up with Jarad. We're going to get someone else in here.
Yes.
This has really been fun. Every time I do this, I think, oh, this is my best one yet. Yeah. And this is so enjoyable. This has really been
so
fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me again, bro.
Sharing some stories and experience, and we didn't even touch on half of it.
Oh, no.
I love talking on the...
We didn't,
I love talking
and it's
on
so
it.
easy to talk.
Sick.
And maybe we'll get you back again. Next time you're back in Adelaide, we're definitely going to catch up with Jarad.
Jarad needs his own.
And it's
Jarad needs a solo.
incredible hearing some younger experiences and a bit of generational fucking overlap and everything in there.
I really appreciate Paul. And Paul called me and he said, you want to come and have a chat with Zolly? And I was, straight away, what's that?
Give Red Out Matty some props.
Yeah, that was the first thing that went through my head was, like, there's so many other people that put so much into BMX.
Did you think, why isn't Red Hat doing it?
Yeah.
But then you would have thought straight away why he's not doing it.
But then I said to
Before I
Paul,
rang him, I knew he was going to say no.
Paul goes, I had a first option. You're not my first option. He's like, straight up, you weren't my first option.
I told you straight
And then I said, French, okay? And he's like, yeah.
but then you're like, oh no.
I've asked many people, and not everyone's comfortable to talk.
Matty is very recluse. He's like a spiritual animal.
He might see this and he might go, actually, maybe it's okay.
Apart from me and Jarad, how we did the comp thing and everyone knows us and all, we did all that shit. Matty is the true OG underground dog.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of you out there.
He's ridden nothing but 2 wheels his whole life.
There's no disrespect for not coming in here.
Nah, but he deserves it because I've seen that bloke do 20-foot massive turndowns.
He's put the time in.
And he's put the shovels in, he's put the time in.
I'll bring him up on a Saturday afternoon, and he's just got back from Gilman racing dirt bikes.
And still fresh.
And if the sun is shining,
through trails,
and there's an hour left of sunshine, he will come out riding still every
freshing.
Single time.
How good's Matty, by the way?
Breathe it. We'll hassle him. Yeah. Maybe in a year's time.
I was almost going to bring a red hat in.
He's got a door.
I was almost going to bring a red hat in on
you and
put a red hat. Oh, yeah, and do it for you.
We're going to wrap it up. I was
going to do it, dude.
Around the room. Is there anyone you'd like to give some thanks or some props to?
My mum, my dad, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Tom McGarry because he...
Yeah, goes.
Big ups to McGarry. Big ups to Merckx.
Yes.
Merckx is a fucking big... Merckx has been a big... not for me, probably for him. Love Merckx. Jilsey... All my graph mates, BMX mates, the beards. I didn't talk on the beardies.
We missed so many
Jeremy
people.
And Daniel. We've got the Rowan brothers. Much props to them. I'm sorry I didn't touch out to you guys.
I finish these. Every time I finish a podcast, I go and talk with you guys afterwards and you go, I didn't talk about this and this guy and this and this and this.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't say that. Big props to Rowan brothers.
The Mogridges.
The Mogridge brothers.
Matty.
Massive influence back in the day.
Matty.
Hodgson.
I think, keeping it BMX, just shout-outs to the guys that I rode with, my crew that was my age. You know who you are. I don't know, it was a time of my life that I've absolutely loved, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to have a chat about some of it today.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Jarad?
So many people, there's no way without writing them down.
Names are hard.
Yeah,
it's
but
huge.
Like
it's
the original guys on BMX, probably Dom was really instrumental in the beginning days for me.
Massive.
Jesse Carlson, the Mogridge brothers, Rowan and Dean, Matt Townsend, all years ago, just massive, just big personalities, heaps of fun to ride with. Then you got some of the older guys like Matt Hodgson.
Holmes, he killing cancer.
The old schoolers like Dave and Chook and Richard and those guys have always been great to be around and pleasure to be around. through to mates, going way back. So it's just like they're just the guys in the beginning that kind of push the sport around a bit and influenced us younger people and
stepping stones.
Yeah, but then you get into the trail crew that we ended up spending most of our trail riding around, and they all ended up being younger, like yourself and Red Hat Matt, and
a real good community through Blackwood. Like,
yeah,
a lot
Paddy,
through that area. Yeah,
Joel,
yeah,
Joel's up there.
Even the Davis brothers,
the McGarry brothers.
McGarry's was massive. God, he was a
best street.
Passed away, but he's just man, what a mental
props
guy.
to best street shit I've ever seen with my own two eyes. I'm talking watching videos with Jarad of watching, peeps run Matt McGarry. He was an angel.
He was
cannot talk more enough with McGarry, Tom.
Like it's just hours you could go to.
He was pretty special, man.
But then
it's hard to remember names after 25 years.
Yeah, all the guys from the bottom were great to ride with. We're still riding. Man, I'm still riding with them now. Yeah, and then like today, man, I'm riding with 15-year-olds and they're ripping. And so there's even young people today that pushes me to want to be better, be fitter, be a bit more healthy so I can get a few more years in.
Wow.
I'm pushing 50 now.
Brilliant.
And I'm
still out
Grateful. One last thing, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Grateful Teds. I've got this idea.
I'm
going to make this teddy bear podcast. I'm going to turn you into a teddy bear. If you're a grateful Ted, what are you grateful for today?
My missus titties. No, not really. I'm going to be saying...
what are you grateful for today?
I'm actually throwing a leg over my BMX, bro. I've said it on the last potty. I'm 47. I just turned 47 on Sunday. Back when me and Jad were doing the comp stuff and just throwing our bodies into unknowns and just reaping the consequences, I didn't think at 30 I was going to ride my BMX at 47, and here I am I'm doing like 27-foot doubles today, and I'm fucking frothing. I'm doing bigger jumps we did back in the day, bro, and I'm
feeling solid.
And
Matt?
I'm fucking solid, dude.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm here to the death of day, dude. I'm loving throwing my leg back over at 47. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Killer. Yeah. Matt, what are you grateful for?
So I've got a 15-month-old son at home. That's a new thing to me. It's the first child I've had. I'm fully grateful. His name's Blitz, and he got his first bike today with chain and pedals and wheels. So the canny of being here talking about this stuff on the same day that he got the bike is just a bit mind-blowing. I just thought of that now.
Bit special.
And he'll probably see this at some stage.
He will.
It's here forever now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
I'm really grateful to have that experience and to have him in my life. Yeah. He's healthy. We haven't had any medical problems. I haven't had any interventions with needles at all.
That's a lot to be grateful for.
No.
Jarad, what are you grateful for? Wrap it up.
It's a pretty easy one. Yeah,
Cock.
it's like just knowing where my beard finishes and my chest hair begins. Yeah, a bit of a throwback back to the early BMX days there. Hodgson's going to remember that one. Yeah.
Grateful for chest hair.
That's an easy one. Yeah, we'll just start with it.
Hey, bud.
One starts and finishes mainly.
This has been awesome, boys.
Cheers,
Fist in there.
Thanks, Sol.
We're going to call that a wrap.
We're going to start the
for this
Barbie
music
or
to
what?
fade out.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys. Thank you. See you next time.
Pull off that titty show. Oh, yeah, brother.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.